Oh, so close to me, you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Oh, so close to me, you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Hello. Hello, Bullies Nation. You might notice that my setup is a little different today. You might notice that we are without one of our co-hosts. Brian Ginsberg has tragically passed away. There was some kind of accident. Thank you to anybody who donated to the GoFundMe for his girlfriend's, for his fiance's dental work. There was a horrible accident. Apparently, shard of tooth flew out, hit Brian right in the jugular. Dead. He's dead now. No, Brian's alive. Brian's alive. I'm joined here by Ringside Sean. Welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. That joke was a lot funnier just saying over the group text that I was going to do it rather than actually doing it. It's like a little hard to just pretend somebody's dead. But Brian is helping his fiance to recover. The anybody who donated to the thing, thank you so much because the teeth have been fixed. So next time you see Brian's fiance, she's probably going to be looking like Roman Reigns out here with these shiny-ass blue teeth, dude. And just call us, you know what, dude? I completely fumigated the office over the week. And then I moved the office, so that's why I look a little weird. I haven't gotten, the lights right. That's why we're late, too, because I was setting all this shit up. I was like, oh, my God, I forgot half of my shit. So I migrated the office. That's why we got, a shadow thing going on here. I'll try to overcome it. And you know what? Just call us Scarlet Bordeaux, because this week, Sean, I'm lifting the smoking ban. Just call us the Smoke Show. Because that was not cool. Very cucky of you. I'm sorry. Like I said, as I was doing it, I realized it wasn't a funny joke. It was a funny joke. It was funny to say in the group text, Brian, I'm going to open the show by saying that you tragically passed away. So that was worth an LOL. That was worth an LOL, but I just don't think it translated very well. I've had you on mute this whole time. Sean, say hello.
Hey, everyone. Wow, I was on mute?
Yeah, it's a
mess. This show sucks.
This show stinks. Well, here's the good news, everybody. We're doing a double dip. We're doing a double drop, a double dip. Tomorrow, immediately following Dynamite, we're going to be back right here on YouTube with Brian, resurrected, back from the grave. And he's going to be, I feel like the green screen, by the way, it could just fall over. Because it's in a new... I think it's fine. I see you on both ends here. It looks like it's leaning, and it's stable. That's my trick, is that I just lean in. I don't have a stand or anything. I just lean.
As long as you got your trick and it works, that's all that matters, baby.
So, dude, just to review, last week we picked the winner of the raffle, and it was...
dude. Pajama wasn't no.
No, it wasn't Pajama. It was I Got Character
Productions, right? Here we go. Where is he, man? Where the hell's he been? He wasn't here at the last show last week, but my brother, it's here.
Nailed it, crushed it. We already have your address somewhere. We'll try to find it. Yep. And I once again apologize for this setup, but I'm gonna adjust it tomorrow, and we're gonna be back to our normally scheduled shittiness. Yo, how was the card signing?
Oh, dude, here, look. I had it right here in my hand. I was about to show you guys. MJF, random pop-up signing. It was wild, dude. He's doing his thing.
Were you there? Were you in the building when
he
was in the building?
Unfortunately, I wasn't there. I was in spirit. We had double duties. I was doing the other dipping of the double. But, yes, he's great, man. It's not the first time we've been around him. I'm sure it's not going to be the last. And today we found out some great news from him, and I'm sure next week he'll be your AEW World Champion. So,
what's the great news? That he's going to be in the Iron Claw?
The Iron Claw. He's gonna be a Von Erich.
It makes sense because I feel like he just wants to be an actor. You know what I'm saying?
He's got the look, man. He's very all my children-y.
Yeah, except for that disgusting mole on the back of his neck.
Nice to mole you. Meet you. Nice to meet your mole.
No, MJF's cool. Friend of the Bullies. Love him, live for him. Thank you to everybody for watching. The show stinks. It's just me and Sean today. But Sean, I've been on this wrestling news. I've been on a bunch of stuff. But I rarely do this, but I think I want to get a little political, Sean.
Listen, floor is yours, baby. Did you vote?
Did you vote?
I did not vote.
I didn't vote, but I strongly considered it.
I did too. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's not a war that I look to dip my toes in. And you know what? I just learned to live in the waters that are thrown at me. Because clearly, in ways, whatever we want is not really for us. You know what I'm saying? So I just learned how to remove the tide. That's it.
I agree. I've been a disillusioned political nihilist for some time. But, I was just thinking, I was walking by the booths, and it's the lines are out the door. If you had a shorter line, I might be more inclined.
Right.
But whatever. And I just want to say that I hope that everybody watching this voted for somebody who is not an election denier. You know what I mean? How crazy is I was thinking about that. I'm like, half of these motherfuckers, and forget about the incest abortion bans and all this fucking shit. Forget about all that. But how could you have said that the election was fake and be a January 6th supporter and then also just turn around and run for fucking office? So I'm just saying, if you're a friend of the program, don't vote for election deniers. And I'm going to tie this into wrestling, Sean, because
okay. This is going to be interesting.
I used to really love the NBA. NBA used to be my first love, first sport. Side note, stay tuned till the end of the show for Pat's football picks. Ka-ching! Make some money with the Blvd Bullies. Anyway, I used to love the NBA, and I was kind of juiced for the season because eventually football's going to end, and I'm going to need something new to gamble on. Right? So I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to start paying attention to the NBA again. And this fucking Kyrie Irving shit just put such a terrible, disgusting taste in my mouth that I'm just not watching basketball. It's not even like I don't like the Nets now because of him. I'm just not watching the fucking basketball.
So what is it he exactly did?
Dude.
I'll be honest. I glimpse, I see, it's too much non-positivity for me to even give my energy towards. So I seen he tweeted a movie, right? Okay,
so basically, he basically doubled down on the Yeezy fucking scenario.
His whole movement.
Yeah, because it's a bunch of uneducated fucks listening to uneducated fucks, and it's not a color thing. It's not a black and white thing because white people do it too with fucking Alex Jones and Trump and all this shit. It's just everybody has terrible heroes. Nobody fucking is actually educated. There are no real facts. So basically, I don't know if he's standing in solidarity with fucking Yeezy or he's doing his own independent bullshit. But yeah, basically, he supported a film on Amazon that is a Holocaust denier and a very anti-Semitic film. I don't want to be regular media.
Right.
Because I haven't seen the film. But that's the word on the street. And, and fucking, just a quick look into this guy's quotes and, his beliefs, it just made me sick, dude. And the reason why I've been thinking about this because it's election day in some crucial cities or whatever. Maybe all the cities. I don't know. I don't follow politics. But it just seems like common sense to not vote for a voting denier.
Right.
It seems like maybe sense to not listen to some Joe Rogan listening to fuck who decides that, listen, you want to talk conspiracy theories? You want to talk about a global elite controlling the world? I was doing it in 2001, okay? So I've read it all. I've seen it all as far as conspiracy theories. And you know what I realized, dude? Conspiracy theories are for dumb people. Conspiracy theories are for people too lazy to find a real explanation. It's fun to fantasy book current events. It's fun to think that everything's at work because a lot is. I don't know, man. I don't know where I'm going with this, but basically I'm landing here. I was really excited to go to this XPW show. I thought that maybe we would take a little family trip. We made kind of a resolution to do more on-the-road interview, vloggy videos like Bullies of Old, which I'm really excited to do. And I'm so excited that I was like, we got to go to XPW. It'll be so fun. But just like I don't want to watch the NBA, I don't think I want to support XPW, dude. I was thinking of all these funny things. We'll wear masks. You know, we'll wear masks. It's like we don't want to be seen there. You know,
The conquistadors.
and I thought it would be really fun. And I don't know, man. Like, I guess I'm not as nihilistic as I used to be anymore. Like, before I used to take the good shit with the disturbing shit and just laugh at it all.
Right.
But some of this disturbing shit, dude, like, I think
It sucks to see.
it's reached a point of it's like getting a little dangerous out there.
Yeah. No, it is,
You
man.
know, like,
it's definitely dangerous outside. I think everything that gets spewed out onto the media, it really gets people going in the direction where they want things. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks because it could be some really good stuff or it could be some really bad stuff. And so sometimes when you see some super duper bad stuff, you think, you know what, I can do that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it lands people in just some really like awkward positions. Like back to like piggyback what you said off the Kyrie Irving stuff. Like he is on a global platform where people see him. You know what I'm saying? Kids look up to him. And it's like you as an adult, as somebody who's on a platform where you know willingly
you have a
going up to
responsibility.
you have a responsibility. And it's like this is what you're like really spewing out to the media where you know all these kids listen to.
You know,
it sucks.
Dude, and like
You know?
the pride in which these people spew their fucking uneducated, unsubstantiated nonsense, like just sweeping accusations and the pride in which it gets done, it's no longer funny to me. Like, it used to be funny to laugh at dumb people, but the dumb people are like fucking congregating, dude. You know, so it's like not funny anymore. It's used
it's
to
not,
like
dude.
It's like, oh, birds aren't real. Yeah, that's mad funny. It would be really funny if I was 25. It'd be really funny to start a Twitter that just had clips of birds and be like, they are. Tell me birds are real. You know, that's like very funny, right? But it's like, it's gotten to the point where it's like, it's not really funny to me because it's actually like a little scary. Like these same people are going to be trying to kick my door down when the fucking global warming turns out to be real. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to, like all these motherfuckers with gun who are climate change deniers are going to show up to your fucking door with a gun and be like, give me your fucking forks. Or some shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm in a bad way. So
That silver is going to be something.
So I just kind of reached the conclusion, long story short, I just reached the conclusion that even as a gag, I don't want to go to the XPW show, dude.
Okay.
I don't think I do. I think that like the stuff that they are promoting and supporting, it's not in good fun. It's not nihilistic, anti-establishment, cool shit. It's just dangerous stuff because there are a lot of people who just fucking buy in. You know what I'm saying? And maybe do I sound like Hillary Clinton trying to get Grand Theft Auto banned? Like, oh, if you shoot people in a video game, you should shoot people in real life. I don't know. Were those people right? Were they just old? Am I just old now? I don't know, dude. But I'm just saying that, is it funny to laugh at Drake Younger? Yes. But it's like, and when he took a booking, it was funny. It was like, oh, Drake Younger's coming back. What a crazy nut job. Right? But then it's like, nah, he's just working again, dude. He's just working again, and he's shaking people's hands, and he's influencing fucking weirdo little kids who are going to grow up to be murderers because their parents brought them to deathmatch wrestling, and it's just fucking weird, dude. So, you know what? XPW, that card is stacked, too. They spared no expense.
Listen, I want to see the Soul Taker. You know who's the Soul Taker? You ever heard of him?
No.
No. All right, we have to do excuse me, a little video watch back. There's a guy back in the day. He used to dress as the Undertaker with the Phantom mask, and he's never, I guess, wrestled on the East Coast, and he's gonna be out here. So I want to see the Soul Taker. So am I an ass for buying into this, for wanting to see the Soul Taker?
Sean, are you gonna go behind my back and go to XPW? I thought we were standing as bullies that we're not going.
I think I am gonna go.
I think as a Puerto Rican man, you need to be very, very worried about going.
Now, listen, you can't be scared going into places all the time. I honestly want to go to ICW, but I have no way to get to ICW.
Did you experience any racial tension when you were at ICW or any of these other shows? Like, you go to Tennessee for Royal Rumble. Is it like weird being a Spanish guy in Tennessee?
All right, so I did St. Louis for the Rumble,
Okay.
and that was a bit different.
That's pretty white.
Yeah, that was Midwest, and I was like the entire time I'm like, I really came to a spot where it's like there's not much of me and my brother. Me and my brother are pretty brown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
we had
definitely.
yeah, dude, we look insane, bro. We look like Bert and
It's
Ernie,
I just
super
laughed
brown.
at myself like, oh yeah, you guys are, bro. I laughed at myself like agreeing with you.
Yeah, it was pretty bad in there. Like some lady went off my brother. We were like we had like the seats were like super duper close to each other, and like my brother's like a fan as we all are, you know. So it's like he starts clapping, and he fucking loves getting people riled up.
But he had a New York clap.
Exactly, and
He had
that's
that New
one
York
thing
baseball clap, dude.
You forget where we're from, and
Right.
when we go, people know. And it's like as soon as he claps, she was like, "Excuse me, that's super loud." He was like, "You at the Royal Rumble, what do you expect?"
Yeah, I mean, even like if you're like standing behind somebody at the bank and you start clapping mad loud, it's like, okay, hey, shush. But like at a show,
it was pretty
at
bad,
a show, yeah, I mean, that's
at
what
a deathmatch show. No, I've never. Never.
and the Midwest to me is scarier than the South.
Oh, dude, nah, man. Listen, I put myself in like being thrown into the Pacific Ocean and being told swim back to shore. At one point, that's how I felt. I was like, wow, what the hell am I doing out here? Was the Rumble that serious? It was like the only Puerto Ricans in St. Louis right now were me, my brother, and Bad Bunny. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here after this show.
Yeah, dude, and that's just saying like even what we're talking about now, like, oh, people were mean to you at a wrestling show. That like pales in comparison to like, I hate to say, like, what could happen even just walking down the street back to the hotel with fucking drunk people or cops or some shit. And I'm just saying it's like terrifying out there.
Yeah, no, Nashville was different.
And I don't think that you should go to XPW, Sean.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. But if you go, I might come with you.
Listen, bro. You know I'm everywhere, man. If I could be at ICW, my boy Larry Legend, I'd go. I honestly have no way to get out there. It's like in Westville, New Jersey, a place I've never heard of.
No, the fucking XPW's at the Hart Ballroom.
XPW's in the Hart Ballroom.
Oh, you're saying you would rather go to ICW?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, I would too. And
you know
dude, now I was thinking like, I wasn't going to leave. I never leave my house for ICW, but I was going to leave my house for XPW because I thought it was a funny gag. Yeah. And then I was like, no, fuck them. But if ICW was down the block, I would go to ICW in support.
Yeah.
Not even in support of ICW. Yeah, just in like protest of XPW, like flaunting this disgust. And you know what? You remember that guy, what the fuck, Corey Graves' brother, Adonis?
Uh-huh.
You remember he was like the top Mexican wrestling heel because he was doing his Trump supporter gimmick?
With the hat.
And that's the same thing. Like, in 2017, he was getting a lot of attention, and it was like a big publicity thing. But it just turns out that to smart people, the stupidity is so absurd that it's a joke. But I just don't think we live in that kind of world anymore. I think it does become dangerous.
Yeah.
And like that. And then, I was thinking about that guy. It's like they should have gotten that guy on this show. But it's like they're doing that. Like, XPW is doing that gimmick in a post-pandemic George Floyd. The world was on the brink of complete pandemonium.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not cute to me anymore. Like that, like they literally stormed the Capitol and murdered people. Murdered security guards. So it's like it's not that cute anymore to like make wrestling great again. Like that's not cute to me. Am I bugging, dude? Am I like crusty now?
No. Listen, man, you have your own point of view towards it, and it's like there's shit going on in the world, like you said, and everything truly has its effect on people. And it's like whatever you're putting out is what you get back. And do we really want stuff like that out there?
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
I get it, bro. I get what you're saying.
I think it's just because like the election, I saw a bunch of people. I don't know. I just started thinking about like the whole thing, like for real.
No, I know.
And I was like, this shit is crazy, man. If you pick your head up from burying it in the sand of wrestling for 1 second, like look around, because I don't follow the news. I just watch like cool TV shows, listen to music that I like and shit. I'm not like tuned in. I don't know, man. You think about it for a minute. It's a little crazy.
It's wild, dude.
So my girl lives in a building that's owned by this guy who he takes her yoga class. Like and I'm in the class with him and I see him. The fucking guy's name is Hillary, right? But he seems like a decent guy. He's like a middle-aged guy. He owns the building, right? So he seems cool. I've like shared like 2 words with him in my life. And one day we're walking back, and on the front lawn of the building, there's a huge, like 4 feet by 8 feet sign, like Lee Zeldin. And I was like, yeah, I don't know who this guy. I don't know who the guy is, but I was like, yo, I bet that guy is a Republican guy, because I feel like people who like vote for like Trump supporters and stuff, they'll put the biggest signs up. No. So I was like, yo, I bet you this guy Lee Zeldin is a fuck. You know, I was like, I don't know who he is, but the size of this sign is telling me that this guy's a fuck. So the next morning, wake up, go out to the store, sign completely cut in half, like somebody samurai sorted it. Yeah, just sink. And then, you know, like a few days later, I was watching TV, and this woman comes on TV, and she's like, hello.
Lee Zeldin.
I was pregnant, and the doctor told me that I was in serious danger, and I needed to have an abortion immediately, or else I would die, and so would my baby. So, you know, I didn't want to, but I did it, because, you know, that was
wasn't that such a disturbing commercial?
And then it goes, and then she's like, if Lee Zeldin was the governor, I would have died. It's like, oh, fuck. I didn't know where that was going. But then I was like, I knew this guy Lee Zeldin was a fuck.
No, man. I've seen some pretty disturbing commercials the past 2 weeks.
I love how they always incorporate incest.
Yes, dude. And it's like, bro,
what's the deal with incest? Like, you know, like you'd think that like the R word, I don't want to say it. I mean, we've already smoked and drank and talked about Kyrie Irving for 40 minutes, but so we're already demonetized, you know.
Wow, it's 40 minutes. Look at that.
But you'd think that like, you know, the first 2 were enough, but it's like they always throw incest in those ads. Incest.
Reminds me of The Hills Have Eyes, man.
If you have sex with your brother and accidentally get pregnant, this guy isn't going to let you. Anyway, you want to talk about wrestling, dude?
Please.
Some crazy wrestling. All right, before I get to anything, I just want to know, give me your highlight of the week. There's a bunch of stuff that happened this week. We're going to get to it. We're going to go through Raw, Crown Jewel, some of the headlines. We're going to talk about AEW, GCW, you know.
This was like the first weekend where I wasn't at a show.
Well, good. You got to stay at home and watch some Saturday afternoon Crown Jewel.
Yeah, you know, that was fun. I sat home with Jib. We watched some Crown Fool. I think, you know, my standout moment of the week would be the whole Logan Paul stuff, dude. I'll be honest. That was wild.
He's awesome.
That was like wild.
He's such a good wrestler. How is it even possible, dude?
Yeah, and then like I'm sitting with Jib and I'm like, he fucking sucks. Like he just sucks. And he's like, why are you such a hater? And I'm like, Roman's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna smash him. And it's just the fact that this dude who's just a YouTuber, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I mean, dude.
Little bit of background in sports, nothing crazy.
Right.
Didn't go D1 in school. But you know what? I'm a box.
Well, he has enough YouTube money to get several teams of trainers to teach him how to do cool shit.
But you know what, bro? A lot of people walk through ropes, but not a lot of people could like carry themselves and walk those ropes, because that what he did this past Saturday was insane.
It was, wasn't it?
It was wild, bro. I as a fan who's been watching since '94, I've never in my life seen anything like that. I thought seeing Bad Bunny was cool because he was a singer. He's Puerto Rican,
yeah, but
and the
Bunny
dude's just not
obviously wasn't like even Pat McAfee. McAfee was great, dude.
Yeah.
Like
this
Bad
was
Bunny
on a whole nother level,
like
bro.
like Logan Paul is like fucking awesome.
Nah, bro, like he could like if you showed that match to somebody and told them that guy doesn't wrestle on a regular basis, they wouldn't believe you.
I almost wish I didn't know who he was.
Yeah,
it was just
and
like
it's
a blonde baby face coming in. Like I wish I almost didn't even think of him that way. Like, yeah,
they
dude.
booked that match for the person who's never seen wrestling. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, this is the good guy, this is the bad guy. And if you ask them, who's the good guy here, who's the bad guy? Roman clearly looks like the bad guy.
Yeah.
And then who's the blonde kid? that looks like he's
the young
he's
high
got,
flyer, yeah,
you know
with
what I'm
heart.
saying? And it's
He
like,
just
wow,
needs
this is
one
him.
lucky shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
And
that was fucking
I
awesome.
listen, shout out to him, bro, because not a lot of
Shout
people
out.
could do that. And yeah, man, that was wild.
And I give a lot of credit to Roman, but also at the same time, no credit to him, and I'll explain to you why. I give him a lot of credit for, given the position he's in, giving so much conceptually, like in the match, giving so much to Logan, so many narrow, close near falls that it weren't necessarily making Roman look like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was very giving in the near falls and in the offense that he let Logan get in. But I give him no credit in terms of, like, I don't think he laid that match out. I think that Paul Heyman, Shawn Michaels, Roman Reigns, and Logan Paul all sat down and they all listened to Uncle Shawn, and
that was straight
Papa
Shawn
Paul
right there, bro. That was straight Shawn Michaels right there.
You know,
and I'll say this: I have a feeling AJ Styles has a little take on how this guy works in the ring.
What makes you say that? Just because of all his springboarding?
The springboarding and just the way he was wrestling. He looked like a stretched out AJ Styles.
Have you seen the photo, like the fucking Dragon Ball Z photo?
No.
Of them? Yeah, you have. You've seen it.
No.
It's like,
Logan Paul?
Yeah, Logan Paul did the springboard and went to, like, he didn't really even have a move
where they're
going.
like this?
Yeah, and then Roman, Superman punched him. Dude.
Yeah, that was wild, bro.
Yeah, I agree. And, I kind of want to watch it again. So what I was going to say is, like, Bad Bunny was like a novelty. It was fun to see him do, like, a crossbody. Mm-hmm. And, a destroyer, all you do is just the athletic guy does a backflip. Like, I could do a destroyer right now if Matt Riddle was going to backflip with me on him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But Bad Bunny was cool. I thought McAfee was very impressive, but Logan Paul is like another level. He's the greatest celebrity wrestler of all time, hands down, dude.
Nah, man,
it's not even close.
He's a beast, bro.
Yeah, he's a beast, dude.
He's a beast. Yeah. There's no reason why some guy from outside who doesn't wrestle on a daily basis or a weekly basis could come in and put on a show that some of these guys in the back can't even keep up with yet.
Yo, you know what makes me think, though? Like, Logan Paul, if you took the same amount of his exact same life the way it is, and gave him the same amount of, like, intensive training,
right?
He still could not play one single snap in the NFL.
No, he get broken in half.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of makes you realize, like, that even the third string running back on, like, the worst team in football is, like, a fucking god.
Yeah.
Because they'll just, like, okay, yeah, listen, Logan Paul's awesome, but, he's just an athletic guy who you taught how to wrestle. He's a guy with no job. You know what I mean? It's like he
lives in Puerto Rico
all
to
he
avoid
has to
taxes.
do is just work out and learn how to become a wrestler. Like, if you had that kind of money and time on your hands, all they're showing me really in the end is that it's not that hard.
Yeah, dude. It's not hard.
Logan Paul was like, like Brock Lesnar was just cut. Like, Brock Lesnar was like, oh, I'm going to go be in the NFL. They were like, no, you're not. You suck, dude. You're out of here. You're a joke. And Brock Lesnar is like one of one, so it just, I don't know, it's kind of interesting, put it in perspective, like, yeah, hey, money and training can get you into wrestling, and they're talking about Jake Paul doing a thing now.
I mean, listen, we spoke about this last week, and literally, what I said happened. I said the other Paul brother's going to show up, the stint is not going to be over, and who knows, maybe it is over for now. I think what they're doing is, this is a way to write him off. Give him some time. Let him come back at the Rumble, maybe. Let him come back at WrestleMania and do something. Are you telling me
he actually didn't tear his ACL, MCL, and meniscus?
Not with that smile on his face. Absolutely not.
Yeah, and like, okay, dude, you want to say that you like popped something in the middle of the match?
No, he didn't pop shit. Man.
All right, maybe you popped. Maybe you tore your ACL or your MCL or your meniscus or maybe even 2 out of the 3. But like, dude, just I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they say that it's not that painful. It's just like a mobility kind of thing.
All right.
So I don't know, but
remains to be seen. But I don't think he's done.
He was definitely the happiest guy to ever sustain that kind of knee injury.
Dude, that was wild. Why is this guy
Yeah,
smiling
because
so
he's
much?
got no fucking job and a whole bunch of money and nothing to do, and he could just sit on his couch and make YouTube videos and make more money.
You know what's wild, dude, is that
So that
I remember getting Jibby's stuff, like his gear, like the Maverick line, and it's like Jibby has book bags of his and T-shirts, and like I'm like, who is this guy? And it's like, YouTube is a thing, and it's not just who they see on TV
yeah, dude,
anymore.
YouTube
And
is
he's like
definitely
that
a
main.
thing.
He's like when you think of YouTube success, you think of him. You think of Mr. Beast. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that. That's just a thing now.
Doctor Doolittle, Doctor Disrespect,
Hmm.
Mustache Man.
The
Man.
mustache man.
What's up, Logan Stein? Good to see you. Good to know you. All right. So we were talking about Crown Jewel. Let's keep talking about Crown Jewel then.
Crown Fool. It was dope, man.
Imminent
It was
attack
cool
was
to see a lot of chicks
avoided.
wrestling. You heard?
A lot of chicks wrestling.
Yeah, like
Saudi Arabia is because they're a totally cool country and they totally love women wrestling.
now they're okay with. I mean, like I remember the first time they were there with no women wrestlers at all, and then now it's like not
And
only
their
do you have
suits are getting a little better. Like before they had to wear like the pajamas.
dude, it was like head to toe covering, and now it's like wow, they can show hair now.
I don't know, man.
Does that bring you back to like the whole political thing?
Well, no, I'm just saying like I think it's still fucking weird that they gotta like wear. They can't have their like skin showing.
Yeah, they look like Power Rangers. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's like a little strange to me, Like,
Yeah,
I don't really know.
they're like F1 race car drivers. Now they have that whole suit.
Yeah, they look good. They look good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, and neither were the matches. Becky Lynch and what's her name? Bianca Belair was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, they had like a crazy garbage match, can match.
They pulled out like a golf cart and they like rode the golf cart. It was pretty dope. It's cool to see the fact that like they're able to keep up. You know what I'm saying? And possibly sometimes put better matches on than the guys.
Yo, I have a trivia question for you.
Talk to me.
But if you read the format, you already know the answer.
Well, listen.
So we're on the honor system.
I may not know the answer.
How many successful title defenses has Roman Reigns had?
Wow.
Also, answer in the chat. Let me know what you think. I've been listening to, I've been trying to get more on the wrestling news so I could bring it to the table and get like comments from you and stuff.
I'm going to say
in this
20.
one news, okay, all right.
What do you think?
Well, I already know the answer. I didn't even think about this before I heard the fact, and I was like, oh, that's a fun trivia.
Am I near or close or too far?
Well, in the interest of Price is Right rules, you are not over, so you're still in the game.
Okay. So I'd say maybe 23.
Yeah, much closer. Dan says 12. The correct answer is 25.
25, yeah. It's 2 years. It's like 155 days. You think it's one match per month.
So that's 1,309 days as champion. And I was going to say to you, and that's the sixth most. And I was going to say to you, hey, we should talk about who the five are.
You got San Martino,
but
Backlund,
I didn't look it up.
Hogan.
Yeah.
San Martino, Backlund, Hogan. There's
that's
2
3.
more.
That's pretty good. What do you think? You think maybe Bret Hart, 4th title run? He was champ for like over a year.
So like,
we're talking over 1,000.
Yeah, dude. Like, so like the person to break that streak for that person, was Diesel.
No, come on.
Yeah, dude. He beat Backlund for the belt in the Garden in '94.
Yeah, but that was 8 seconds.
But that was a long title reign for Backlund.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. It had to have been.
Not over 1,000
Well, that was
days,
that was his last title reign.
Yeah, Backlund had the title when he had it for like that long. It was like in the San Martino days.
So who beat Backlund?
Diesel.
The first time was it Hogan?
I don't know. I don't care.
In the Garden? I care.
Well,
you bringing facts up to me. You're not even gonna go about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I spent all day like kind of formatting the show and like kind of putting all these little things in, and then I wrote the questions like, 1,309 days, 6th longest of all time. Who are the others? But then I didn't actually look up the answers to these questions that I wrote. So
that's okay.
We're just gonna talk about it together. It's just fun points of discussion. Did you know that? Oh wait, dude. I fucked up.
Why is that?
I fucked up, Sean.
How?
Sean, I fucked up. It's not 1,309 days. It's
What is
not
it?
the 6th all time. I was reading something different. I was reading about Nick Aldis, dude.
Oh wow, the NWA champion. That's something to talk about too.
Well,
I heard
that's what I'm segueing into because I'm so off the mark. We got the cameras all different today. The office is all different. Brian is now passed away, you know, and I'm just off my rocker.
Hey, real quick.
But
So
25 title defenses is the Roman Reigns fact. That was correct.
I was pretty close, man.
You said 20 and then 23. What were you gonna say before?
So it's Bruno Sammartino with 2,803 days.
Oh, you're looking it up. This is great.
Bob Backlund with 2,135 days.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan with 1,474 days. Bruno Sammartino with 1,273 days.
Right.
Excuse me, 37 days. And then
Reigns.
representing Puerto Rico is Pedro Morales at 1,027 days.
Oh, okay. And then Reigns.
And then Reigns. He beat Punk. He beat Cena. He beat AJ. He beat Macho. He beat Hogan again. Yeah. So
incredible. Yeah. So that's the weird thing. I was at the wrong place in my notes, but it turns out that the Roman Reigns 6th longest reign, 25 title defenses. That 6 is also the fact of Nick Aldis too, and Nick Aldis got suspended from NWA.
So what was it that happened? He put out a tweet?
I know all the facts. I know
Let's
everything.
hear it, baby.
You want to know about
this?
this?
Yes.
Because I started reading about this. Okay. So I saw that he was suspended and he's not going to be on the pay-per-view or like the TV taping or whatever. Hold on. I actually have it here. I wrote it down. So, yeah. So he's not going to be on the PVV or TV taping. So, okay. On Saturday, he posted on his IG that he's putting in his notice due to creative differences from Smashing Pumpkins lead singer. Wanna go for a ride, despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage.
Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage.
Yeah. Emptiness is loneliness, and loneliness is close. Well, what a genius. Hey, if you ever want to see how weird Billy Corgan is, go YouTube the Howard Stern interview. Billy Corgan on Howard Stern. Very strange, man. I mean, granted, this is 10 years ago. Maybe he got less strange. Maybe he bought the NWA and started wearing these weird flat-brimmed hats and started eating chips and dip on stage.
Fritos.
And maybe he put Brian Idol and wrestlers in his music video. And maybe he got less weird. Okay? Maybe he got less weird. But I'm just saying that if you look at this Howard Stern, Billy Corgan on Howard Stern, he just seems like a crazy person. Great music. Brilliant mind, maybe not a beautiful mind, but definitely some chromosome issues. Anyway, so Nick Aldis gave his notice, and it's due to creative differences with Billy. And then they, I thought he said some crazy shit or something, Nick Aldis. I thought he did something worth, but apparently no. He just put in his notice. He said, hey, I'm going to fulfill all my dates until January, whatever, when my contract is up.
Mm-hmm.
But, Billy Corgan and I don't see eye to eye about the company and like what's in the future of the company. So, I'm not going to be renewing my contract. Come see me while you can. And then they took him off the pay-per-view and they took him off the TV tapings. And apparently, they hadn't said anything at first, but it's due to Billy Corgan's treatment of Happy Wife, Happy Life. Mickie James during specifically the Empower pay-per-view, the all-women's pay-per-view.
All-women's pay-per-view?
So there was the all-women's pay-per-view. Mickie James was an executive producer,
mm-hmm.
Kind of running it. Apparently they didn't see eye to eye. They had maybe some, issues or whatever. And then Billy Corgan came out recently and said, hey, you know what? I don't think there's going to be an Empower 2 because there aren't, frankly, enough available quality female wrestlers to carry a pay-per-view. And I guess Mickie James didn't like that. All of a sudden, Nick Aldis puts in his fucking notice. Maybe like wrestling's version of the Will Smith slap in a little bit.
No.
And then Billy Corgan's like, you know what? Enough of this shit. You're fucking off the shit. So I don't know. I think they all sound. Yeah.
That sucks.
Tired. And yeah, you know what? That's another good one. That's another good one, Bren. Good thing. Suspended by the company that offered $300 contracts, and now Tyrus. Yeah, Tyrus is the locker room leader. And you know what? Listen, earlier on we talked about some dangerous kind of thinking, dangerous kind of talking to empower and activate fucking idiots. The internet and Twitter is activating idiots. Every idiot can find a vacuum to thrive in. Tyrus is a big Fox News personality. He might be the least offensive person on Fox News, but he's still like so heavily outspoken.
He's involved.
Yeah, but I'll say this though. I haven't seen clips of him just like flat earthing or anti-gun controlling. I don't know if he's on Fox News. I'm sure they're out there. I haven't seen any clips of his that have made me go like, this guy's a nut job.
Yeah.
He's not like a Drake Younger level. I mean, listen, but if you're telling me he's a little fucking Rush Limbaugh wrestler, then, fuck him, dude.
It is what it is.
Was Bray a crown jewel? I didn't see the actual Bray Wyatt crown jewel thing, but I guess they flew him out to Saudi Arabia
for a promo.
For an in-ring. What happened, Sean? Did you watch this?
I went to the bathroom for that, but
I was bathroom Bray as well.
So from what Jimmy told me, he's basically about to encounter this Uncle Howdy very soon, and it's making its presence known, reminding him that you know me, and you can't get away from me. You know what I'm saying? So I think eventually
he's going to be Edge.
I think it's going to be Bo Dallas.
I think it is too. I think it's obviously going to be Bo Dallas.
And it's like, wow, everybody's thinking like, oh, it's him. This is another personality. No, it's his brother. Who else knows him better than his brother? You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You could look at yourself and know yourself the way you know yourself, but your brother knows you differently. Like I know my brother knows me differently than the way my friends see me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I look at little keys like that. So I think it's his brother. I think eventually there's going to be some form of Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, and Bray Wyatt. I think it's going to be a very big.
There's going to be a faction type thing as well.
I think it's going to be a faction. I think if it's going to work, it has to be a faction. It has.
I already think it's not working, dude. I already think it's trash.
Yeah, why's that?
I just think that when I saw the Uncle Howdy mask, I felt the exact same way as when I saw him as a toasted marshmallow. And I was just like, wow, really? Like, yeah, I understand that they're playing on this whole mask themes and we're hiding behind masks. So, like, when something looks obviously like a mask, whatever, but it just didn't look good. It was stupid with his little pencil mustache. It's absurd.
What gets me is that there's zero creativity behind it. So, like, the way I see it is this. The mask clearly resembles the same mask that the kidnapping guy from the movie Black Phone has. The exact same style mask. Yeah. It's so similar. And, like, when, like, mainstream movies come out with a certain, like, character, you want to stick away from stuff like that because it's like
but not the marks. The marks love it. Like they love it. Joey Janela saw Drive and decided to wear that jacket. Bray Wyatt saw Black Phone.
And he's like,
I wish Bray Wyatt's stuff was Black Mirror level, but no, it's not. It's Black Phone level, dude.
Yeah, and it's like stuff like that is just like it steers me away because it's like I see that you really didn't have enough thought put into what you wanted. And you just piggybacked off of what these people did that you liked. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, to me, everything that he's doing could be working. But I think that it's just a little too ridiculous. Like, you could do this whole thing where I fucking loved that first promo where he came out and was being like his heart-to-heart self. And then he was like interrupted. And it's like, oh my God, that's so cool. There's another guy.
Yeah.
And like, I just think if it is going to be Bo Dallas, which I think it is, they could have presented it like more like Undertaker Kane. Kane was more believable. Like, yo, there's a thing that happened and now your brother, your long lost brother is back for revenge. And like, you could have had a simpler, less convoluted story and less convoluted mask. And it could have been, you could have had, how about Bray Wyatt's out? How about a Fiend mask? Dude, the guy's name is Uncle Howdy. That's so fucking lame.
Yeah, it gave me like Toy Story 2 vibes, like
It's
the
stupid.
fat guy in
But,
the box.
yo, you could have had somebody in a Fiend mask being like, Bray, I know you better than yourself. And then he gets attacked by somebody wearing the Fiend mask, and it still accomplishes what he's trying to do with his split personality bullshit. Hot Topic, not even Hot Topic, Spencer's Gifts bullshit. And he could have, then like the guy comes out, hits him with something, reveals, and it's Bo Dallas, his brother, and it's based in reality, but it's still spooky. It's, instead of it being supernatural, Bo Dallas is playing mind games with him, and it could be really cool and really meaningful because Bray Wyatt is a great actor, but you know, just like Logan Paul is a great wrestler but couldn't make it in the NFL, Bray Wyatt's a great actor but could never be in Hollywood because he sucks in comparison to any actual actor. But
I think the way you put it would make so much sense. But I think it's like in their minds, it's like we went that route already. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have to do something different. And it's like I think there are times where you have to be different, and there are times where you have to like really look at it and be like, you know what? We have to do this because this is the only way this is gonna work for you and us.
Yo, but I feel like that's what Triple H said to Bray. I feel like he like hand job because Triple H is another one who is like a faux metalhead, leather jacket, Spencer's Gifts man, deep down. And he was like, you know, and you had to say the right things to get Bray back. And it's like, hey, we want your mind. We want you to like be unfiltered, you know? But listen, dude, maybe the problem wasn't really Vince fully. Maybe Bray Wyatt kind of like all over the place. Bray Wyatt needs a good coach, dude. Bray Wyatt needs somebody to filter his shit because like, yeah, the Uncle Howdy, somebody said, what's up, Adam? It looks like Uncanny Valley Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, dude, it's just I don't know, man. It's stuff we already got. It's stuff we don't need. I think we need to go the different route. If they were smart, involve Irwin R. Shyster.
Yo, I'm all for Bo Dallas being the antagonist, but I just think that they could have done it in a cool... Like, Bo Dallas is going to reveal himself from the Uncle Howdy mask, and it's going to be lame. And you're going to feel bad
because we're all going to know.
Yo, and like, because it's not Bo Dallas. It's Uncle Howdy. It's another fucking stupid... No, just let it be Bo Dallas. He's crazier than Bray. You know what I mean? That's it. Like,
the only way this
Bo
works
Dallas
now,
is spookier even and more sadistic even than Bray Wyatt. Boom. Done.
The only way this works for me, if they're smart, what they'll do is Bray Wyatt ignores the guy. He'll have a match. The guy Uncle Howdy tries to get his attention. He just walks away. He escapes through the crowd. He just walks through the crowd, right? And then there's a video on the screen. And who is it? It's IRS. And he has a bag taken off his head. And it's like, if you want your dad, you have to come find me.
Yo, I don't even hate that, but just don't make it like
it's
spooky. Just don't make it like...
But I want to see some like Undertaker, Mankind, like Paul Bearer. Is he going to turn on him? Is he with this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want stuff like that again.
Yo, that's not a bad idea, but, you know, cautionary tale, and we'll get to AEW later, but the AEW does kidnapping all the time, and it's fucking lame, you know? And, you know, hey... They did do Joe Gacy kidnapping Braun Breaker's dad. Did that move the needle for you?
I haven't watched NXT in quite some time.
Well,
I'll be honest.
I haven't either, but I know that that's a thing that happened. But anyway,
I haven't watched NXT in quite some time.
But Bray and Braun Breaker having to save their dads. Bray only watches horror movies and Adult Swim. You know what I think about? It's like, Sean, have you ever seen Seven?
The movie Seven, is that with Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman,
and,
yes.
Who the hell is the other? Claire Danes?
Yep,
no.
Yep.
It's
with some chick.
Yo, awesome movie, right?
Great movie. Hell yeah.
Spooky. Very, very, very
it plays
spooky.
with your mind.
Very spooky, cerebral movie. But you know what, dude? It was based in reality. You know what I'm saying? It was based in reality. All the spookiest stuff is based in reality.
Yep.
You know?
Case 39. Great movie.
Yo, I feel like I've seen that movie. That's like something about like an abandoned mental institution or something.
It's a haunted hotel room. And the guy basically, I forgot the guy's name. He stands with a boombox like this in an 80s movie.
Dude, you are bugging. Case 39. You're thinking of 1408, dude.
Oh, yes.
You're bugging.
Case 39 is with this little girl. where she has the demon inside her, and the movie
Stands
starts
with the boom box.
Listen, stop it. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. So the movie starts. This is like some really creepy stuff. Like I was telling Rose about it. And so this social worker gets called to go to this house. And they're like, yo, there's a little kid screaming. You have to go over there. And yes, Padamajan, John Cusack. Thank you so much. So the caseworker gets to the house and they open the door. And she's like, we're getting like calls of a child screaming. They're like, nah, we're good. They close the door. Woman hears the scream.
All right, I'm done with this. Okay,
breaks
go
the door
watch
down.
the movie.
Hold
go
on,
watch.
listen. Breaks the door down. She goes into the kitchen. The mom is trying to kill the kid in a freaking stove oven. The kid is in the oven like this. Ah! Wild movie, bro. It's been on my mind. I want to watch it.
I've seen that movie, actually.
Wild movie, dude.
A million years ago. Dude, I used to just go, whoops, sorry, I'm trying to fuck with my volume here. I used to just go, yeah, we're smoking today on the stream, yo.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We're smoking. We're smoking, dude. The studio, we moved. The lighting's weird. The shadows are all fucking me up. Brian has passed away, and, you know, we're just trying to make do. But tune in tomorrow.
When Brian returns.
When Brian returns, tomorrow, immediately following Dynamite. So, Sean, are you ready for this?
Yes.
I'm going to do I'm going to do Twitch 8 to 10, Toxic tweet along, and then immediately jump over to YouTube 10 to 12 with you all.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
I think you're doing a double.
Hey, you guys want to hear me talk about things I hate for 4 hours? Tune in, y'all.
It's going to be great.
Tune in. Hey, did you see the pictures of Becky Lynch as Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah, and I popped. I'm a
You
big
like that?
Cyndi Lauper. Yeah, I'm a big Cyndi Lauper fan.
Are you a Young Rock fan?
You know what? I haven't watched since like the third episode of the first season, and now I'm intrigued to watch it because now it's like all the Rocky die stuff.
Yeah, they're trying to it's like they were gonna do. I feel like they were gonna do something like Everybody Hates Chris, where it's just like about his dad,
Yeah.
and I think they were like, oh man, you know, fuck, nobody cares. Like, let's just make it about The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a young Rock. It was not a young Rock. Like a young Rock is like him as a kid. A young Rock is not Rocky Maivia meeting Stone Cold.
Blue Chipper.
Dumb. So dumb. And you know, The Rock.
Have you watched it?
I haven't watched one episode. I know that he's running for president in the
the show. Yes.
Sean, I just want to remind you and the viewers at home that right here on Blvd Bullies, myself, PK, I am the first Rock detractor. I am the first one speaking out against The Rock. Everybody loves The Rock. I do not fall for his propaganda and his bullshit. He gave his mom a house? Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, right. Okay? It's going to take a lot more than a house. Okay? With your show. And you know, he was like, oh, Becky Lynch is a good friend, and she did such a great job. Yeah. Oh, yeah? You're good friends with Becky Lynch? Give me a break, The Rock. I know you're lying. I know you're not good friends with Becky Lynch. I know you just know Becky Lynch, and you guys have probably a very nice relationship the 3 times you met. But she's not a good friend, okay?
Didn't they have like they opened SmackDown on Fox together, and they like rock bottomed
which was horrible.
Corbin.
Which was horrible. Hey, and you know what else I learned today? Conan O'Brien was on Howard Stern. Conan O'Brien had a writer that wrote for him very early on in his years.
Uh-huh.
And when Conan O'Brien used to go into the writing room, hey!
Oh!
We're getting a super chat from My God Character. I'll finish this thought right now, and I'll get to the chat. Anyway, Conan O'Brien, he used to fuck with his writers and joke around. So what he would do to like loosen the mood is he would walk in and act like a total asshole. Like he would act like some kind of overlord, like, yeah, no way, blah, blah, blah. And one time he said, why don't you just drink a big glass of shut up juice? And and the writer, one of the writers on his show, not Brian Gewirtz, went on to write for WWE and wrote Shut Up Juice for The Rock, so The Rock didn't even come up with Shut Up Juice. Conan O'Brien came up with it.
Wow. Fun fact.
Fun fact. Dude, I'm full of facts. You should see my notes, dude.
I want to see the fun fact book.
I love this comment right here. I just want to read this. Adam says, I remember watching Joe Gacy at a no-ring show, and I told myself, one day he will kidnap Rick Steiner. Kudos. Good job. Good call. Good way to pick that up.
That guy's gonna kidnap Steiner. Scott, nah, Rick.
Young Rock, underrated. It's good. All right, Dan. Cabana was the Brooklyn Brawler, and he was great. Okay, so let's get to the super chat. Super chat. Da-da-da. I know this is off topic, but do you think Triple H WWE will do anything with Sheldon Benjamin?
Do you guys remember this? Do you remember this?
What's that? The world's smallest violin?
No. So this is when Shelton Benjamin gave Triple H a T-bone suplex on Raw, right? And he pinned him, and he was inches away of beating the World Heavyweight Champion on Monday Night Raw. It was the first time Shelton got a big, crazy match.
Shelton had quite the run, huh?
He did. I remember he did a whole month where he beat every member of Evolution. 4 weeks in a month, and every week on Raw, he had a win over every member of Evolution.
He's kind of getting the Bret Hart treatment in a way, or in a small portion, dose of it.
Dude, he's such a phenomenal athlete.
What I mean? I feel like a lot of people are appreciating him now.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, Peacock, you can watch anything from back in 2003 when he came out, or even like his old Ohio Valley Wrestling days where he was tagging with Lesnar. And from back then, the guy just had it. He is a pro. Yeah, he just has it. Not a lot of people got it. He's always had it.
Dope. He's awesome. I mean, the question is,
do you think they'll do something with him?
Well, yeah. Do you think Triple H will reach out to Sheldon Benjamin and lean on him? And the question, honestly, that comes to my mind is, does Sheldon Benjamin want that? Maybe he likes where he's at, dude. He's a little bit older. I'm sure he's got a wife and kids and shit. And
he's hanging.
And I think the answer to that question is no. I think Triple H. I mean, I would love that. I don't know. Maybe. I guess maybe. I mean, maybe one day Triple H looks up some kind of analytics meme report, and it's like, Shelton Benjamin has a huge following, and he's like considered one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time. Maybe we should give him one last push. And Triple H is like, by golly, that would be cool.
So he went up against Austin Theory last night on Raw. And
Shelton?
Yeah, he did.
So he was in a match. I didn't watch Raw.
Yeah, he was in a match. He promoted being on the show, and he was on the show. He fought Austin Theory, who's another great athlete, and I think them pairing him with someone like Austin Theory is just showing where they're going with him. Shelton back in 2004 was slowly building himself up. From 2004 to 2005, you saw a very big change in Shelton Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? So I think with Shelton Benjamin right now, he's in a position where he's okay giving back to the community that is the younger wrestlers who are going to be the future. You know what I'm saying? 20 years down the line, you want to see an Austin Theory. And why is that? Because a guy like Shelton Benjamin paved the way for people like him to have that longevity in the field. So I think that's where he's at, and I think that's where he'll stay. It'd be cool to see him in NXT. There's a lot of guys on there that could work with him. Carmelo Hayes is great. I think they have a great match together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that's what Shelton will be. Just giving back. Giving back to the community.
I can see that. I mean, R-Truth was on NXT apparently.
Yeah, dude, didn't he get hurt? Like, towards his quad?
Towards quad, yep.
When was that? Was that NXT or was that SmackDown?
Yeah, apparently he showed up on NXT. I love R-Truth. He showed up on NXT and he fought some dude and tore his quad.
That sucks.
So that's like months of rehab. That's gotta suck. That's what Vince McMahon did. He tore both quads.
Both. 05 Rumble, baby.
Triple H tore his quad as well. It was disgusting. No, was it the quad?
It was his quad twice. He tore it on Monday Night Raw in a tag match against Jericho and Benoit for the tag titles. And then he tore it again in another tag match at Vengeance. And it was DX versus Rated RKO.
Yeah, that sounds like it sucks. Sheldon having great matches in NXT could be fun. I tend to agree with that. What's your favorite R-Truth moment? I was thinking about that because I heard that he tore his quad, and I'm like, R-Truth is one of these like sneaky 50-year-olds, dude. R-Truth is like old.
He's 50, I think 50 or 51. My definite favorite R-Truth moment would be Survivor Series 2011, Madison Square Garden, main event, him and Miz. Awesome Truth versus The Rock and Cena. The Rock's
Who was the Truth shall set you free? Who was he tagged with?
That was Miz, the Awesome Truth.
The Awesome Truth, right?
Yeah, it was The Rock's first time back in a ring in quite some time. And it was the Garden. And it's before they renovated the Garden. So it was like the old seats, the purple and green stuff. And he main evented. You know what I'm saying? And it was MSG.
Yo, he had like a run. He had like he was like a top heel. He like
Yeah,
betrayed
dude.
Cena.
Yeah, it was wild. It was
Our
cool to
Truth
see
making
him in
Brock
that.
Lesnar laugh was the best. Yeah, that's very funny.
What's your favorite R-Truth moment? K Quick?
I
Or
just-
Ronda
I
Truth
was
killings
gonna
in
say that
NWA?
I like that he I liked recently when he would I didn't like his 24/7 stuff, but I like when he would come out with a ladder and think it was like Money in the Bank for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
and
that
shit.
was dope. Royal Rumble. I'm here to win the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah. And little Jimmy, little Jimmy.
What you say? He said, "Be quiet."
But early on, it's kind of like The Rock, like the catchphrases
Could he have
got
been
a little annoying as they went on. So it's just like anything, little Jimmy was like a beautiful moment in time. It was beautiful magic. And then, of course, they had to exploit it. They had to make him actually talk to little Jimmy. And we'll get to this later because we always close the show with AEW review and preview.
Yep.
And I think I'm going to be the first Max detractor, too. Because I think Max fast-tracked his Rocky Maivia-ness. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What else happened on Raw? I have all this Raw stuff.
Nikki won the 24/7 title.
Right,
that we
okay.
haven't
Yeah,
seen in
and then
quite
she
some
threw
time.
it in the trash and missed the trash can.
She tried horribly.
She sucks.
You know what I want? She showed up last week looking like Sandy from Greece. Then this week, she showed up like she was standing in the ring for about 45 minutes before she walked into the building.
I hate her.
What was the purpose in that? The whole attire.
She's going to be in some women's war games, too.
All right, now you bring me back to that.
Well, wait. First of all, let's put a button on this 24/7 champion. Do you think that the 24/7 championship is done? Do you think that if she had hit it in the garbage, it would have been done? But because she missed it, maybe they're going to change the plans. Do you think they're going to replace it with another tertiary title, like maybe a hardcore title, something like that?
I think that if the network is okay with hardcore, which I don't think they are, would they get a hardcore title? But I think for right now, we're not getting any of the title. I don't think anybody is going to grab it and claim it. I think it's done for that title. I think it was horrible.
Sucks.
It was no reason for it to be even being brought there.
It doesn't suck, actually. But
when they first brought it out,
Raw.
it was cool.
It should have been like a social, because the DDT Iron Man, that's a cool title. That gets swapped around, and those videos were pretty enjoyable when they were an original idea. So I don't think it's so much a bad concept, but it was a bad looking title.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
It
It looked like
was
a
terrible.
big quarter.
Yeah, it's terrible. Absolutely horrible. Dana Brooke, the best champion. By
She
far.
held it down. You know, her
Love
and I
you,
share
Dana.
the same birthday.
Love you, Dana. Hey, maybe we'll have her on the show. Maybe we'll have her do a business cameo for us for your birthday.
Dude, it's me, it's Jerry the King Lawler, it's JBL, it's Dana Brooke, and it's Hayabusa who have the same birthday.
Yo, I have a trivia question for you.
I love it. Talk to me.
How many 24/7 champions have there been?
Damn. I'm going to say...
If you're in the chat, you want to answer this, please. Go right ahead.
I'm going to say 40.
Not over, but very, very low.
Oh, wow. Maybe 60? 63?
Oh, my God. Very, very low.
100.
Over 100.
120. So all right. So you mean the amount of times the title has changed hands?
How many champions were there? Yeah. How many, because if R-Truth was a 45-time champion, that's 45 right there. So
45 reigns.
How many? So listen, we're in agreement that if R-Truth, let's just say whatever, was the first champion, then the second champion was Dana Brooke, and then the third champion was R-Truth, there have been 3 champions. Not two.
Yeah, but you gotta be specific. Are we doing separate reigns or people who have held the title? Because that's different.
No, if it was how many different people have held the title, I would have asked that. I said, how many champions have there been?
Okay, so you mean reigns.
Okay, how many different championship reigns have there been? You
I'm going to
psycho.
say 134.
You're wrong. It's 205.
Are you kidding me?
It's 205. And by the way, Nikki Cross alone has won it 11 times.
Are you kidding? So what?
Yeah, look it up. Look it up.
Nah, man. I wouldn't even want that in my Wikipedia page. That's insane.
Listen.
That's like 4 pages
Here's how
of
I'm
title
going to prove
reigns.
to you that I'm right. It says right here in my notes, Nikki Cross wins 24 title and dumps it in trash. 205 champions. And you know what, dude? That Nikki Cross 11 time, I just remembered that.
You did.
205 Live, baby. Rest in peace. Hey, did you see that after Crown Jewel? This made me think of Mustafa Ali. Did you see after Crown Jewel, Braun Strowman tweeted about his match with Omos?
Yeah,
and he
that was
like,
wild.
Oh, but, he said something effective like, big sloppy men slapping meat. That's how you do it. Fuck the flippy floppers. They couldn't draw $1. That's what you do. Big men draw. Big men forever. Forever.
You think that's just him working?
I just
or
think
it's just
that
like, you know what? I want to mess with these marks. I think that's what I think it is. I don't think he genuinely feels that way because listen, he works in the back with a lot of flippy floppers.
Yeah.
He has to encounter a bunch of flippy floppers.
Yo, and you know what? I don't really, even if he wanted to bury the flippy floppers, I don't really think, like, he was just real proud of his work. He's like, big men forever. Fuck the flippy floppers. Yeah, we had a great match. It's like,
That match was horrible.
Like, yeah, of course it was terrible. But he thought that he had a great match, and he was happy about it. And you know what? He has taken Man Bun Jesus under his wing. And
the bun.
Man Bun Jesus, friend of the Bullies. So Braun Strowman, as far as I'm concerned, friend of the Bullies.
Friend of the Bullies?
And if Braun Strowman says that his match with Omos was awesome, I'm inclined to agree with him.
Nah, man, that shit sucked.
So then Mustafa Ali tweeted him and was like, hey, could you teach me how to get fired?
Yeah, no, dude, that was wild. That was wild. I don't know. I thought the whole match was whack. Omos was talking to him the entire time. Omos was also talking to the ringside camera instead of looking at the hard camera. He clearly was missing MVP. What happened to MVP? Why wasn't he there?
Yo, MVP, actually, I'm so glad that you asked me that. I am so glad that you asked me that because MVP, now listen, I'm not an expert.
Okay.
But MVP, I believe that he used to be, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but maybe like Muslim or like a form of that, you know? But then recently, and this is an MVP move, if you ask me, he denounced not only Islam, but all religions and declared himself an atheist. Yeah. Declared himself an atheist. Well, guess what? Being an atheist, punishable by death in Saudi Arabia. So they were like, the mutual agreement, MVP stays home.
So was this like something that he was very vocal about, or was just like, oh no, this is the reason why he left?
Well, I have my sources.
Oh,
but listen, it was public enough knowledge that MVP was like, I think it's best for everybody. I don't know. I don't want to say that MVP said I'll stay home.
Yeah.
But I think it was just like, listen, I'm an atheist. I don't really want to go to a country where they might kill me for punishable by death. Atheism.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, well, Omos was definitely missing him because he sure missed a beat that match. And I think that was a make or break match for him. Like, is this somebody that we could depend on, or are you another Giant Gonzalez who can't move in the ring?
I mean, I think Omos has proved himself to be Giant Gonzalez the entire time.
Yeah, Khali kind of moved better than him in a way. Khali knew the square of the ring. If you know wrestling, it's to work the center of the ring. And it's every little move you do, you just make sure that you wind up in the center. Irish whip, you make sure you turn around. You're in the center of the ring. Omos doesn't know where he's at. He doesn't even know where the camera's at. And this was an obvious
How dare you talk that way about Omos?
Well, he was almost good, but not quite enough. He needs to try a little bit harder.
That's absolute bullshit.
Yeah, that match was horrible, Pat. How can you not deny that?
I didn't watch it. I'm just supporting Omos blindly. I think it's almost. I hate to do this, but I think it's almost like the same thing as Satnam Singh in AEW. It's like
He's just muscle.
Well, no, I mean you have the ability to look at your YouTube. YouTube makes these companies a lot of money, dude.
Oh yeah.
AEW and WWE are making mad dough off YouTube, right? Because
not a lot of people have cable. You know what I'm saying?
It's international, so you look at your numbers and you could see what regions give you what numbers. So, WWE and AEW and just wrestling in general have a huge following in the Middle East and India, Saudi Arabia, all this shit. So it's like, okay, WWE is a global company. So we need Omos because he, represents a region. We want to do a show there and have him be like the top baby face.
Exactly.
I don't want to say, I don't know where he's from. I don't want to just.
He's the Nigerian giant. And in Nigeria, you have a lot of athletes that come out of there, whether it be soccer, whether it be track and field.
And that's like a big deal.
Now.
That's like a big deal, Yes. So it's like, so that's cool, like there should be like representation for every country and walk of life, and it sucks that like it has to be a business decision. Oh, we want to go get big in Nigeria. Yeah. We want to get big in Africa, so we need, like that sucks that it's like business motivated. But I just think as far as like little kids, growing up in New York, you see a lot of different types of people. Every little kid growing up in New York should have a wrestler that they can look up to who's like the same ethnicity as them. It's like 100%, It's once again, it sucks. It has to be a business decision that they had to reach this, conclusion because of YouTube numbers. You'd hope that it was more of a moral choice.
I get what you're saying.
But like whatever, it's cool. Like I support it. So I support Omos. And you know who else loves Omos? Brett Lauderdale, dude. Brett Lauderdale wants Omos in GCW, dude. He's gonna fight Jimmy Lloyd.
You said Jimmy Lloyd?
Jimmy Lloyd, yeah. Your son, Jimmy Lloyd, yes.
Jimmy Lloyd. Oh man, that'd be great. I mean, it'll be dope to see. I'm a big fan of GCW, so that'd be cool to see a little crossover there.
So, I want to keep talking to you about this international shit, right? Because, WWE has 3 new shows that are coming out, right? And the first one kind of writes itself. It's Bianca Belair and Montez Ford reality show on Hulu. Pretty dope, right?
That's dope. That's different.
I can't wait. I want to see all the different shorts that Montez Ford is going to wear, But then, check this out. They have literally a Nigerian talent search show that they're filming, and it's only going to be aired in Africa.
WWE?
WWE Nigerian talent search only aired in Africa. Like a Tough Enough Africa they're filming.
What?
Or Tough Enough Nigeria. I don't know. They're filming it in Nigeria, but it's only going to be broadcast in Africa.
I want to see that.
So, but that's what I'm saying, almost important. He's going to be a guest star on that show. He should be a judge if he's Nigerian. And then they also have a show that's only going to be on Mexico Netflix that's like the search for like a female luchador. Or maybe it's not the search. Maybe this one is following a female luchador.
They're really capitalizing on the fact that AEW wasn't picked up on a lot of like streaming services over in South America. Well, there's just like branding outside of North America. Because some places they say AEW is too raunchy, the language is too much. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't want the show at all. And the numbers really don't do as well as WWE's do.
No,
so
because
they're clearly capitalizing on it.
Even if AEW gets like 1 million views on a like YouTube thing, like WWE's getting like 8.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, who even cares really? But
that's actually really exciting. A little something different to watch.
I mean, that's kind of like, I'm kind of into that because even if WWE is a big evil corporation and these shows that they're doing are performative measures to seem like they're cool, well, performative shit, you're still doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it might be performative. Maybe you're like not like, pure of heart and interest, but you know what? Still get a dope like Nigerian TV show about like a Nigerian dude becoming a wrestler, which is cool, So it's like, yeah, that's awesome.
Literally changing someone's life.
I wish they just showed it on Peacock. I saw that. I read that like it was only going to be on in like the regions.
That
It's
sucks.
like, yo, fuck, I'll watch that shit.
We could change our region to Nigeria.
Did you see the picture of Vince at the restaurant?
Oh man, I got so happy to see my boy, bro.
What made you happy about it?
Because like, listen, like I'm a Vince guy, and like I miss Vince.
You're sick. You are absolutely sick.
Why?
Dude, I don't even want to think about the shit that he did that probably never even got publicized.
Listen, I'm a Vince fan. Whatever happened. It has nothing to do with me and the character that I grew up watching. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he did, that's his business.
So you're a Mr. McMahon guy.
Shut up!
You're fired.
You're fired.
I don't know. I think the Vince Kiss My Ass Club is when I kind of was like,
oh man, I remember watching that with my family and just like hysterically laughing.
What year was there? Was it WrestleMania 2000 or was it 2001 where it was a McMahon in every corner?
That was 17.
No, it wasn't.
No, 2000, excuse me, 2000. You're right.
WrestleMania 2000, which was probably like WrestleMania
16.
15, yeah, or 16. Right. WrestleMania 2000, a McMahon in every corner. That was the last wrestling event I watched until like 2009.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was just so upset that Mick
You
Foley...
didn't even watch 17?
No, didn't watch 17. Didn't give a shit.
How'd you feel about it when you seen it? Did you see it?
Nah, it's corny. I don't care.
You never seen it.
Yo, The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, I don't give a shit about, dude. Right, WrestleMania 17, yeah, it was like...
Austin Rock.
Yo, and you know what? I was never... Like, when Austin took the ball and went home, I was never... like, the more The Rock was over, the more annoying he fucking was to me, dude.
If you smell...
Yeah, dude. And like when he started doing the, like... He would just go, like, it just descended to such an adolescent, stupid level. So like 2002 to
Publicly
10
traded.
Rock could suck it, dude.
Yeah,
and all the DX reboots, nah. Yo, that WWE, that 2003 WWE is the same WWE that you're watching right now.
Hell no,
yes,
bro. You
it
can't
is.
say
It's
that.
the same exact thing. Yeah, okay, they might have had Eddie Guerrero, but Eddie Guerrero was doing corny shit. You just don't see it because you were a kid.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, that's the dude. The ruthless aggression era is the same exact core fundamental creative beliefs as the WWE that you've seen the whole time. And you know what? Yeah, Triple H took over. But guess who's still the majority shareholder, dude? Vincent Kennedy. Dinner in New York with a spry young 65-year-old lady, McMahon. Okay? So the Triple H newsflash, the Triple H WWE is the same WWE that was the one that we hated that had Dean Ambrose wearing the gas mask.
So what?
And you know what? Newsflash. The Dean Ambrose who wore the gas mask is the same guy that John Moxley is right now.
So what caught your interest to bring you back in to watch it in
Independent
2009?
wrestling. Independent wrestling and Ring of Honor and CCW.
Okay, so but I'm talking about WWE. What made you watch it that time? Like, you know what? I'm gonna have to watch this in some time.
Just the bond of friends getting together to watch independent wrestling mutated into, well, let's get together and watch the Royal Rumble. Fuck it. You know?
It's the Rumble. Why not?
It's the Royal Rumble. You know, it wasn't good. I mean, some things about it were good, and there have been moments along the way that have been very good. Just off the top of my head, you got the Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. 1 and 2 were great. Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels in Hell in a Cell. Lame.
You didn't like it?
Lame, dude. Lame. Because everything that's good, they squeeze until... oh, wait. What did we say? They milk it, dude. They milk it. So, listen, maybe I'm a little bit tougher.
No, that's your opinion.
But, yo, you know, it's the
Fun
same
fact.
thing. It's all the same.
Fun fact, if you go back and you watch that pay-per-view with the cage match, Shawn, Undertaker, right? You'll see your boy Shawn walking to the bathroom right after Lillian Garcia sings. I literally walk in front right of the camera, dude. It's hilarious.
I love that for you.
It was great. I popped.
So tomorrow after AEW Dynamite, we're going to be having a show.
Yes,
We're
we
going to
are.
be chatting about the AEW goings on, and also I want to talk GCW Nick Gage Invitational, but it just doesn't feel right while Brian's deceased.
Yeah, no, we gotta wait for Brian.
So I think tomorrow after AEW, we'll talk about all GCW goings on, which really is only
Dubs.
Yeah, maybe the IC Dubs as well, which seems to be running a show every goddamn weekend at this point.
They're fun though, man.
You love them.
I love that, man. They put out some really good stuff, bro. They do. I enjoy seeing Cruel. I'm upset I'm not going to see Cruel and Treatmont this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Mickey Knuckles is going to be there this weekend. Your girl, you know what I'm saying?
Adam says he's fell off around 2001. DX reboot with 2006. Taker Triple H was from Mania 7 was fun. Yeah, maybe the first one. All right. Shawn Michaels vs. Hogan flop match GOAT. Didn't see it live, but I've seen the clips, so, love it, live for it. You know what was good, too? John Cena, AJ Styles. The initial AJ Styles
SummerSlam
run was pretty dope. Yeah, well, Dan said SummerSlam. I'm thinking Royal Rumble, I think, was better.
The title change. Yeah, the title change.
Attitude adjustment off the middle rope, 2 count was fucking awesome. Oh, you know what else is a huge, great thing in my life? The Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn debut match. NXT UK. Was it Dallas? I feel like it was in the UK. Maybe it was in Dallas. So sick. Bren loves Cruel. Bren, tune in tomorrow at 10 because we're going to be talking about GCW and ICW at that point. What else do I got here? I'm trying to get to everything before we talk about AEW. Hey, Theory cashed in last night and lost.
Yeah, that bothered me so much.
Do you think
man.
that Triple H just hates Austin Theory for real?
I don't think he hates him. I think it's just it wasn't his time. And in order for them to really do something cool with him, you have to drop him a little bit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't think that Triple H hates him, but I think that
he sees potential and he wants the kid to you know what, McMahon gave you a crazy rub, and I don't want you to get that over your head because you're good, but you're not that good yet.
How about this? I got it. You ready?
What?
So, Paul Hunter takes Austin Theory into a room. And he goes, listen, kid, you are awesome. You are everything that we thought you were going to be. And Vince McMahon, who I love dearly, who is the majority shareholder of this company, was right about you, and you are the man. However, we're trying to lean into this opportunity to make people think that there's a new day in WWE. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to bury you. I got to get the internet talking about how Vince is dead, long live the king, Triple H. And in order to do that, guess what? It's not your fault, but just so happens that you are the poster boy for that. So what I have to do to get people talking about this, to prove to them, so I'm going to have to bring back a lot of old talent that people thought were unjustly fired.
Yep.
But also, in conjunction with that, here's the important part. I'm going to have to make you look like an idiot for 6 months. And I just want to let you know, it's nothing personal. I don't actually hate you. I actually love you, man. I actually love you. See what I'm saying?
No, I dig it. I just think that it's like you said, Triple H really wants to bring back so many of the people that were ridiculously let go. Like one of the people we see, Mia Yim. She's back.
Oh yeah, she recovered from her seizure. You remember when she thought there were spiders all over her body?
No.
Yeah. Well,
that happened?
She did, dude. I don't know if Vince McMahon specifically told her or not. But hey, you know what? If you get a phone call and it's like, hey, we want you back, and we're immediately going to put you in a program with Rhea Ripley. It's like, I'm going to come back. And of course, I would be remiss to not mention that Mia Yim is the wife of Keith Lee, who is fat.
What?
Mia Yim. She's the wife of Keith Lee, who is fat.
I thought you were going to go in the direction of they brought her back because they want her for War Games, because she has experience in War Games. But no.
I mean, she might join the War Games, but the War Games seems to be, Oh, do you think they're going to do OC versus
Judgment Day.
in the War Games?
Oh, yes. That's exactly what's happening.
Well, they're already doing a women's War Games because there was already a challenge laid down. You see Asuka and Io Shirai screamed at each other in Japanese.
Yep. I don't know, man. I think they're gonna be a whole bunch of like War Game matches, opposed to us having traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series matches. I think we're just getting War Games. I think the whole cage is just gonna be low the whole time, like Fall Brawl.
War Games.
War Games.
You know, and that's when you know that like we live in a simulation. When William Regal shows up on AEW, and he goes, "What was it?
Hello, Max the Man. How are you today?"
What did he say? What's their War Games? Blood and guts. It's like,
did he say that?
Wow, nothing is sacred. Anybody will do anything for money and influence. And hey, what about Killer Cross? Speaking of Triple H bringing back people, I just want to go on record saying I think Killer Cross is America's Choice Dollar General Randy Orton.
No,
and
come
he
on.
sucks. And Killer Cross sucks. And he's a Trumper, dude. He's a flat earther. Allegedly a flat earther. Definitely a Trumper.
Listen, I thought the match could have been better. It was very lackluster, but from what I heard, McIntyre was working off the flu.
The flute?
The flute. And it wasn't his first time. He supposedly was sick 2 weeks ago with food poisoning. Now this time he goes into Crown Fool with the flu. So I don't think the match really held up to its good potential.
I just don't understand. Like, Drew McIntyre is kind of like in obscurity, and you'd think maybe Killer Cross is brought in. It's like, oh, we're going to have Killer Cross beat Drew McIntyre, put him on the map. Didn't even do that. So Drew McIntyre wins. Doesn't help Drew. Doesn't really help Cross.
It was just a match,
Totally
like
boring.
we said. It was just a match. It was just an exhibition match. But yes, we love Scarlett. We love the Scarlett. I thought it could have been better.
You love her, huh?
I love the Scarlett. Who doesn't love the Scarlett? Larry loves the Scarlett.
I don't. I think that she's an idiot, and I think that she's a little cross-eyed too, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Why's that?
Well, I think she's got like,
The Shawn?
well, she's got like French bulldog eyes. You know, they're like a little bit like, you know.
Little up there? French bulldog
Which is
eyes.
fine. Which is fine, you know. Listen, that's fine. I mean, she just, doesn't do it for me. Except she is the smoke show, and this show is a smoke show as well. You see Dave Chappelle do it? Smoking a Newport, right?
I want to see Dave Chappelle live, man.
Drew has been a dead duck ever since he sang in Merry Old Wales with Tyson Fury. You know, before
that really hurt them so much.
Before the crown
Cut
jewel.
the feed! Cut the feed!
So
Nobody cut it. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. That was just supposed to be for the fans there. But we wound up getting that whole rendition of what was that? What did he sing?
I have no idea, dude.
Whatever he sang. Nobody was supposed to see that. But what about was there anything going on with Impact? They didn't Big Con?
Oh my God! I'm not a big Impact guy. I think I might have an Impact note or two.
Yeah, dude, Big Con, man.
Oh, Big Connor, dude, friend of the Bullies.
Yeah, man.
Outlaw Wrestling superstar. Friend of the Bullies.
Violent by Design.
That is true. Big Connor. I've hung out with Big Connor.
Yeah, you actually allowed me to announce them the winners. That was pretty fun.
Did I do that? Sometimes I'll just throw you the microphone. I'll audible be like, "Hey, Sean, you take this one."
Yeah, and I was like, all right, and your winners of the contest. What was their name? It wasn't the Ascension. They changed it. Remember?
Oh fuck! What? Yeah, it's like
The Awakening.
The Awakening.
The Awakening.
Yeah, there you go, kid. So I was at NYWC out there in the Long Island building, and the Ascension or the Awakening were wrestling, right? Mm-hmm. And it was like Melina, the Ascension, and like a few different things. I think might have been the Psycho Circus or something like that. So I knew the Ascension from like the previous Thursday because they wrestled in Brooklyn. So like I've been spending time with them.
Right.
Maybe Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday they're on this show that I happen to be doing stuff on as well. I forget what I was doing. And, they were like, oh, is there a merch area? It was like really cold out. It was like February, January. And they're like, so the fucking intermission happens. And I see Big Connor and Victor walking around with like their merch, and like Melina's walking around with her merch, and they're just lost. They're just lost in the wilderness. So out the back door, there was like a little patio area with like a smoking area and like a fucking bourbon truck or whatever. So I quickly moved the tables and I like put the chairs down, and I was like, oh, here, you guys go here. Let's just go here. And they're like, oh, thanks so much, blah, blah, blah. And then Connor goes to me, is there a heater? And I was like, oh, no, man, there's no heater. There's just like a fire over here, and I can't move it. And he's like, no, I mean a heater, like somebody to like get
draw attention.
Do the line, do like line stuff.
Dude,
and I'd never heard heater before that moment.
Wow, I never heard of that either. That's my first time hearing that.
And I just thought he meant like space heater because it was cold.
No, sorry, there's no outlets here.
Yeah, that's literally. I was like, oh no, there's
no
like
outlets here.
Because it's like a patio, so they had like campfires going, like little like pots and shit. I was like, oh no, the closest one's over here.
He must have looked at you like, what?
Yeah, so
dumbass.
Absolutely terrible. Yeah, so Mike Bailey. Do you think he's gonna win the X Division title? I wrote that down. Alicia Bakley in the chat. Usually she does like a huge, wildly successful Impact Wrestling reaction show. So you guys should seek that out. I don't have a link. If she's in the chat, please drop the thing. She does a whole Impact thing, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. Speedball's been on fire lately. I've seen him in NJPW.
Like he's like a widely respected.
He does his thing, bro. He's big on the vlogging. You know what I'm saying? He goes out there. He does everything by himself. I respect that a lot. So I could see them throwing a strap on him. Hold it down. Here you go, Mr. No Shoes. You could do it. Why not? What do you think?
Yeah, why not? Who cares? Sure.
Are you a Speedball fan? Do you like Speedball?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? He seems cool. He's like a young Regis Philbin as a wrestler.
What?
Yeah, he's like a smiling game show host wrestler.
Hi, I'm Regis Philbin. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. I said Regis Philbin with Troy McClure's voice.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You nailed it, dude. I don't know what it is, but I get some Troy McClure vibes from this dude.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure.
He's a wild horse. Man? He's killing it everywhere. I know. He's great. I love him. He's great. But I don't know. He's just like he's so like happy and positive, Mike Bailey's Twitch is fun because he has to have American idioms explained to him.
Oh, that's right. He's Canadian. I forgot about that. So he spent the entire year away from wrestling because he was in Canada. He couldn't come in.
Now he's back. Speedier than
ever.
Now
he's back. Speedier than ever.
All right. Yo, what do you want? Let's talk about AEW. What do you want to talk about first? Because to me, might have been the craziest, wackiest week in AEW history for me.
I want you to explain to me what happened with Tyson. I heard he was like correcting people with moves. Like Excalibur was
Tyson's just crazy. He's a crazy person.
Heel tripping. No. That was the STO, man. That was the STO.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. So I hate to say it. But I think how do I put it, dude? I don't know. It's like you show up to a party. And at first, like, you're a little shy. And then, like, people at the party are very encouraging to you, and maybe you have some conversation. You open up a little bit. You're relaxed. You're having a nice time.
Right.
And then, sometimes night keeps going. Party keeps going. And maybe you just feel so relaxed that you expose a little bit too much of your loudness and thoughts and enthusiasm and personality. And I think that we saw that on Wednesday with Rick Ross.
That was great.
And I think we saw that on Friday with Mike Tyson.
I think Rick Ross was looking for a job.
I think Rick Ross was way out of line. And if I was a wrestler named, I don't know, fucking
Keith Lee.
Who's the guy who slapped the reporter? Daniel Schultz?
Daniel Schultz? Yeah.
Or whatever.
Dan Schultz.
What's his name?
Dave the redneck Schultz here.
Yeah, dude.
Let me
I
tell you,
would have been
baby.
like, hey, listen. Listen. You do not talk over me. I'm the wrestler. You're the fat, weird manager, okay? Yeah, out there, you might be Rick Ross, but in here, you're my fat, fucking weird manager, so you don't speak louder than me. You don't interrupt me. Don't go getting yourself over now. You're over. You're Rick Ross. Here's your line. I want Swerve to be a champion, and I want him to be the world's biggest recording artist. And then do your job, Rick Ross. Hey, Rick Ross, what would you do if somebody was in the studio telling you, being louder than you? What would you do, Rick Ross? So I was not a fan.
Was this the same week that the quarterback for the Ravens was in the house and he was like so high ringside?
Yo, Lamar Jackson, my dog.
Lamar Jackson was smacked.
Lamar Jackson is a very cool guy. Lamar Jackson,
he looked like
he's had the same haircut since high school, and he's just like a guy who loves to play football and get stoned as hell, it seems like.
Dude, they showed them ringside, and he was just like, yo, get the camera away from me, please. Like, his head down, like, nah, not right now, no, not right now.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was great, bro. It was great.
And Lamar Jackson was in the house. He must have felt like he took acid, dude.
You think so? Larry says he was. Oh, Larry was there.
Larry, were you in the house? Rick Ross is always on the scene.
Oh, Ricky Rose's here. He said something to Keith Lee, and I just started dying laughing.
Allegedly.
He called him like a liar. Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, that was so bad, dude.
We're positive over here.
So basically, the people that were on the show were Rick Ross, Lamar Jackson, Jeff Jarrett, Shibata.
Yeah, that was wild.
Justin Wang made an appearance in the fucking Malachi Black promo. And Colt Cabana wrestled on the show.
So were you excited to see Colt Cabana?
Dude, I mean, if you want to go subscribe to the Twitch and look back at the VOD of me reacting to that, I feel like that's the closest you'll see me react to something like an actual Twitch wrestling mark. Like, huh? I was like, what?
No way.
No way. It's Colt Cabana.
Colt Cabana. It was dope to see him, man. It was dope to see him.
It wasn't dope. It was horrible, dude. It was horrible. It was disingenuous. It was mean-spirited. And I can't believe that somehow every single person in that company and every single fan of that company all hate CM Punk now. They just all hate him. He was the worst.
Why Larry felt bad for Lee Moriarty and Mox. Why is that? That was the main event if you guys didn't watch. Why'd you feel bad, Larry?
Larry was right behind Lamar. I felt so bad. Oh, because actually I saw this. I thought it was somebody getting kicked out. But it was actually Lamar walking to his seat, and everybody just stopped watching Lamar. Stopped watching Moxley, and yeah. And it was like, oh, fuck, Lamar Jackson. Yeah, because once again, dude, Logan Paul is a great rich guy who could be trained to wrestle. There is not an amount of time or money that could turn Logan Paul or any wrestler ever throughout history into Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is like an alpha dog, $40 million a year athlete, dude.
Yeah, it was like an actual statue walking into the arena.
Dude. Like,
everybody was just in awe. They were like, oh, he's here.
Hey, John Moxley's great. John Moxley can make $3 million a year. That's awesome, dude. You're an awesome wrestler. Hey, and you know what? We could train Bad Bunny, who's a very rich and wealthy man, to wrestle. We could train Logan Paul to wrestle. You can never train any human being on the planet to be Lamar Jackson. So, yeah, dude. Yeah. Everyone's just going to turn and look at Lamar Jackson walking in because it's like, yeah, the dude's only like 6'2", but he will fuck you up in every sporting way possible. Guy's like a dog. The guy's a real dog. He doesn't just play one on TV.
He's a dog.
Yeah. Logan Paul's better than Mox. I agree. Lamar arrived during their match and nobody cared about the match. Yeah. That's what Larry. Thank you for joining us, Larry Legend. Everybody in the chat, everybody follow and support Larry Legend. Buy his ICW merch. Buy his regular merch.
If you're in Westville, New Jersey this weekend, make sure you go see Larry Legend. Go on Eventbrite. Go buy a ticket.
And tell him that the Bullies sent you to see Larry. And make sure that everybody in the building knows that you do not care about anything other than Larry and the Bullies.
We love Larry.
Yo, and then Shibata came out and he just was wearing a shirt that said wrestler. And it's like, yo, okay, I know that Shibata came back from brain damage, but the average person, I don't think. The average person's like, you know, is like the average person who's not on Twitter is like, what about Adam Page's brain damage?
Yeah.
You know, what's going on with him? No medical updates, no nothing.
The only update we got was Logan Paul doing his finisher on Roman Reigns. Okay,
let's run through this. Let me try to get you back on track. Yeah, so on Rampage, it was Orange. Well, let's do Dynamite, I guess.
Dynamite.
Yeah, so it opened with Jeff Jarrett. It opened with a fake reveal. Who was the guy's name? Michael Johnson Davis. Cranston. Craxton Davis.
And Spectre Caucus.
Yeah, it was like a guy dressed up as Sting.
It wound up being the dude
like
from
Cracky Davidson.
It wound up being the Sopranos crew. What's his name? The new guy that came from NXT. It wound up being some guy that had absolutely nothing to do with
crowd
that. It
dead
was so
silent,
weird.
and then Sting's music hit. So you got to get into the ring. You got to get out of the ring to go look, and then boom, Jeff Jarrett's there. Jeff Jarrett. He's just amazing. Look at him go. So Jeff Jarrett. Oh my God. Also, I was looking forward to the Marina Shafir Jade Cargill match.
That was the main event, wasn't it?
Because no, it was definitely on the show, and because JD from New York got completely destroyed because he said that Marina Shafir sucks. Once again, JD from New York, huge douchebag. The problem isn't that he thinks that Marina Shafir sucks, because she totally does. But the problem is the way that he speaks to people and his fucking air of stupidity. He gives New York a bad name, and he could suck my D. But the great thing is, they didn't even give the match a chance to suck, because they cut to Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero doing live commentary and eating chips. Did you see this?
The Cheetos, yeah.
She was eating chips.
They were standing on top of the stage eating chips.
And it's very funny because that's like, I was listening to Conan O'Brien today. That's like a Conan O'Brien joke. Oh, excuse me while I eat chips. Yeah, that's funny if what you were doing before was good, But if you actually trying is as bad as just listening to somebody eating chips, the chips joke doesn't land.
No, it doesn't click. It doesn't click.
I didn't like that at all. I didn't really like Jeff Jarrett. I mean, I think that's very strange and weird. And then in the ultimate, dude, this might be the pettiest thing.
What?
This is like a Vince McMahon level burn. Is that Jericho challenged a former Ring of Honor champion.
Mm-hmm.
And that implies that it's going to be, a former world heavyweight champion. But no, turns out it's a former tag champion. And the person, tag team partner, was CM Punk. Colt Cabana is a former Ring of Honor tag team champion. Mm-hmm. And who did he win the belts with? CM Punk, his former best friend, who started the thing and the media thing and the whole thing. And now CM Punk, gone. Getting a buyout, maybe. Colt Cabana comes back, teary-eyed, emotional. God, what that guy's gone through. He's been persecuted, hasn't he?
Yeah, I thought it was Chris Hero, too, at one point. I thought it was going to be PCO. And then I thought maybe Chris Hero is going to have one more little go at this. But no,
that was a fake. That was a Tom's Customs.
They caught me, tell you that much.
Caught me because he changed his goddamn Twitter name to Tommy Khan.
He was a part of the gimmick.
What a loser. But anyway, it turned out that it was something much crazier than Chris Hero, who loves dinner. Who loves to have dinner, possibly even with Keith Lee. But, like, he eats like a Keith, Chris Hero never misses a match and never
Misses an elbow.
misses a dinner.
Leave that poor guy alone. I think he suffers from thyroid issue. That's what they were saying.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So they basically went to a level of pettiness that you never could have imagined. Returning Pariah. Boom, boom.
Colt
Cabana. And, you know, within the first 30 seconds, fell off the top rope, almost murdered each other. Did you watch this?
I did. I watched it, and I was like, wow, Jericho's going to hurt himself.
What was
really
your reaction? Could you replay what your face did when you saw Colt Cabana come out?
Really?
Yeah.
I honestly, I thought it was Chris Hero. Or just PCO just walking out with Destro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would have went crazy because who doesn't know PCO?
More importantly than any of that, they wanted to just let CM Punk know that they fucking hate him.
Yeah, man. That something clearly went down already that we don't know about. And we'll hear about it when CM Punk gets in front of a camera and a microphone.
I need CM Punk. I will wait 10 years for this NDA to expire because
it's going to be like an Amazon special.
Oh, my God, dude.
It's definitely going to be something everybody's going to want to see. And it's going to be a 2020 with Barbara Walters.
You know what? Last week, not last week, but the week prior, the Dynamite prior, they were making a big deal that it was Wheeler Yuta's birthday, right?
It's Wheeler's birthday!
Right. They said it like 3 or 4 times. It was like kind of weird. It was like a little shoehorned in. It was like, why do they keep saying that it's Wheeler Yuta's birthday? Guess what, dude? It was CM Punk's birthday. So it was like just another little like small dick little thing that they were doing. Just a little, well, that's not really, the milking's not really, but it was pretty petty. It was pretty petty.
Messed up.
And, yeah. And apparently Nick Jackson.
Backstage.
Well, Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson, Kenny Omega all backstage, Don Callis backstage apparently. But then Nick Jackson the other night, Monday maybe, he was throwing out T-shirts at the Clippers game.
Yeah. So are they promoting a show at the Kia Forum?
I don't know. He was just shooting T-shirts out of a T-shirt gun like a loser.
Yeah, so they're definitely trying to get something together for LA then. If he was there for that. Because he's an executive, what is he, executive vice president? Right? The Bucks, what are they? What's their role there that kept getting thrown around with this whole CM Punk stuff? 3 executives of All Elite Wrestling fought.
Well, that's
CM
the thing.
Punk.
Apparently, that's how he was announced at the Clippers game, not as like pro wrestler.
That's
he was
why
announced
I
as
said
executive vice president of AEW, which is so fucking lame too, dude.
I don't know. At some point, do you just wear the hat or do you just continue doing what you're doing? Because like.
I mean, I guess if I had to imagine what he was wearing, it's probably like an AEW hat, like the AEW hoodie, maybe like the schoolboy hoodie with the gray sleeves, like the varsity sleeves. Probably like Affliction jeans and some kind of like
chain
Jordan 1 variants, you know? No, probably, you know what? Probably not even the Jordans anymore. He's probably wearing his own, you know,
they
designer
have their own shoe.
Skechers or whatever.
No,
yeah.
They have their own shoe with, I think it's Diodora.
Yeah, it's not Nike.
It's not Nike. It's Diodora.
Yeah. I saw a video online today of Stone Cold Steve Austin buying his first Air Jordans.
No, he bought Kobe's.
Oh, so he switched it?
So he went to the counter and he was like, I need a pair of Kobe's.
Oh.
He did so much for... He inspired so many people that I need something of his.
What did you think? Stone Cold Steve Austin read somebody like showed him something. He like read something about Kobe Bryant, and he just now discovered. He was like, "Wow, this guy was awesome. I need some Kobe's."
Who knows, man? The guy brought some Kobe's out for him, some undefeated Kobe's, and he was like, "You know what? This guy was inspirational, and I need something of his, and I don't have anything of his." So maybe he was a fan of Kobe's. Who knows? Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe. You know, hey, Stone Cold. Rest in peace. He's awesome.
What?
Another LA show next year. Did he do that Complex? Was it on Complex?
It was on Complex, yes. It was sneaker shopping. I forgot the guy's name.
Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin looked like he was like...
He was tired.
Yeah, he was a little overwhelmed by the sneakers. He's like, what? Wear boots.
You walk into any sneaker store in Manhattan, those prices will, they'll knock you around. It's like half your rent.
I don't really have anything else. Hangman Page got medically cleared. Everything's fine. Tony Khan came out on Monday and said that he's doing great and he's been cleared and blah, blah, blah. Yo, I just thought that Dynamite was insanely bad and so crazy, and it's like a million things happen, and sometimes the same exact thing happens across two different scenarios. And I thought that fucking Colt Cabana coming out was the cherry on top, dude. I could not believe, even if they all decided that they hate CM Punk, and it's obvious that they chose a side and CM Punk's not welcome back, and they all hate him. Why would you do that? Why would you draw so much attention to that? I think that there might be, dude, a 3% chance that it's all part of the plan. There might be.
I can see him coming back. Who knows? Who knows? Most importantly, who cares?
There might be. You know what? And Adam, you say you weren't bored watching Dynamite. Dude, I wasn't bored watching Dynamite either. I was having a great time. It's phenomenally crazy and wacky.
Wacky, inflatable fun, man.
But I wouldn't consider it like, I don't know. What is good? You know?
I don't know.
What is good wrestling, you know? But I find myself more entertained by how crazy the format of the show is than I am by the actual show.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? I'm more entertained by thinking about Tony Khan doing the show than I am about the show actually being done. Does that make sense, Sean?
No, I agree. It's just the anticipation of what shit show can this be?
Yo, and it really is like kind of like a sign of the times. Like they literally booked Colt Cabana over any other possible better choice just to get negative Twitter like revved up.
Yeah.
The firm turning on. Oh, okay. So, let me talk about MJF for a minute. I think I just want to come out and let everybody know that much like I'm the first Rock detractor, I don't buy the Rock's bullshit propaganda. All right, Oos? But I'm just saying, Sean's taking off his headphones. He doesn't even want to hear this. I am the first MJF detractor as well. Okay? And
you're not an MJF fan no more?
Sean, anybody at home, you've seen the Bullies videos. 4 years ago, before MJF knew what a spray tan was, who was hanging out with him, eating cake, hanging out, carrying merch, having a great time? It was the Bullies. Max practiced his strength of heel persona on the Bullies. So we are old school Max fans, supporters, and dare I say friends. At the Psycho Circus, when I was ring announcing, he was actually in the crowd with his hood up, and he went like this to me. As to say, like, hey, good job, man. You know, that's happened to be the same show that Matt Cardona threatened to punch me. You know?
Whoa. Hey, Pat, I'll be right back.
Okay, Sean.
I have to pee.
He tried his best. He tried so hard and got so far, and in the end, it didn't even matter. I mean, it's exactly the 2-hour mark. I have to pee too, and we're going to. Most Cody segments in AEW after a certain point were wacky and fun. Yo, and you know what's crazy? I miss those days. And I miss Cody Rhodes. But I just want to be the first to tell you guys, let me get back on track. Face MJF is not cool. Face MJF is outsmarting himself. He's trying for a flip-flop-flip, but what he's getting is a flip-flop-flip-flop. You see what I'm saying? So he's a bad guy, right? He's going to become a good guy. Flip-flop, right? But then he can't just be a pure good guy, because the reason why he's getting so popular is because he's a great bad guy. So you have to still act like a bad guy to be a good guy. So flip, flop, flip, right? However, the way it flops back for me is that I think he envisions himself having the same trajectory as The Rock. Welcome back, Sean.
Thank you.
MJF saw The Rock. We all saw The Rock. The Rock did it perfectly. He was a bad guy in the Nation of Domination, and the second that he started calling himself The Rock and talking in the third person and saying, if you smell what The Rock is cooking. And, originally, The Rock said millions and millions in an ironic way because he was a bad guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just organically, people started singing along because that's what happens when a song is good and people are smart and they sing along, right? But MJF saw, and this is over like a year, dude. The Rock finally, The Rock that you saw then, it took years for him to become The Rock that everybody was singing along to.
Love and adores, yeah.
And then, as he got better, he added, just bring it. Because once you're over, you could add the more stuff. But the things that initially got him over, he did not intend to be sing-alongs. He just said millions and millions. He didn't do that as a send and return. But MJF, because he's not a fucking OG, because he didn't live it, he's just a meme of The Rock. He's just a fucking descendant of organic awesomeness. He's trying to recreate that. So you see, because I'm better than you, I'm a generational talent. He's acting so much like The Rock, and he's not the charming, incredible heel Rock, because the heel Rock was what we loved, And then at some point he became a parody of himself. And MJF is already, if you look closely, you read between the lines, he is already a parody of himself. And listen, at Full Gear, he might get the brass knuckles from William Regal, hit fucking Dean Ambrose, win the title, and go right back to being the worst bad guy. I lied! I'm not good. That's fine. But I'm just saying that he might do that, and then guess what the next path is? He's going to be bad until he's good. And I've already seen that MJF has watched way too much of The Rock stuff. And I think he's getting a little ahead of himself. Sean, have you seen and noticed that these face-like MJF promos, they're a little Bob Hope-y. They're a little corny, hokey.
I think that all the corniness, I think it is leading in a direction where we don't think that it's going. You know what I'm saying?
So you think I'm getting worked? I'm getting worked.
Yeah, I think you're getting worked.
He's doing it on purpose because he's going to just go back to being bad.
Yes. Ultimately, I think that's what it is. And I think this is just like a super watered down version of him that gets people to like and love him. But in reality, when you pull that curtain back, it's still the real jerk. You know what I'm saying? That you love to hate.
Dude, I want to believe in a world where they are thinking and planning on that level. And if there's one person who can make me believe that, it might be MJF, because I believe in his brain. But I just think that the breadcrumbs that they have been leaving, you know what it's like to be the bad guy? You think that I like myself? I actually hate myself. I have to be this way. All that stuff. And culminating, dude, in the choke slam through the table for the sympathy. They might as well have just fucking crucified him on goddamn Christmas Day, dude.
Yeah. So do you think that's a super duper face turn where it's like...
I want to believe that they're doing a flip, flop, flip, but I think they're just doing a flip, flop, dude.
I think they're going to end up becoming a tag team. I think they're going to end up winning the tag titles together.
Who?
Mox and MJF.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And what? And they recreate like a Shawn Michaels Stone Cold thing?
Where it's just arguing all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like...
that could
be
entertaining.
You love him, and he's the champ, but guess what? There's still MJF in there, the MJF that you love to hate. And I think that's where they're going with this. One thing with wrestling is you have to bring people up and you have to bring them down. And sometimes you have to bring them around those turns that they just don't like. Just to get to that point in the roller coaster where oh my God, we're there. And it's boom. You know what I'm saying? It's
I agree with you. And that's what I want my wrestling to be. That's what I want my art and media that I consume to be, whether it's a TV show or wrestling. I want it to be like that. but I just am not seeing any proof in the last 3 years and beyond that either company or anybody in wrestling thinks on that level, or even if they do, that the people that are around them and the wrestlers they work with even have the capacity to deliver that to me. You know, I think the last great thing I saw was fucking CM Punk and MJF. And the last thing before that, I can't even, remember. There are things that, like, moderately have juice to me, but nothing gets, like, that meaningful. You know what would be dope, dude? If CM Punk came back and fucking teamed with MJF and it was all a fucking work, that would make me happy. And I know
think that's where they wanted to go. I think that's where they wanted to go with it. But again, people's personal feelings get involved with, you know what I'm saying, these characters. And it's like, it's not the people outside that are, fans that are getting worked. It's the people who are in the back too. That you think something's going a certain way, but in reality, it's like, nah, man, you turn. We're going this way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think MJF eventually will be back to the one that we love to hate. That's what I think.
I think it's already over for him. I think whether he goes, if he doubles down on being a heel, it's not organic, it's contrived, and I hate it. And if he completes the face turn, it's not organic, it's contrived, and I hate it. Or no, I don't want to say that. If he completes the face turn, it was premature and not organic, and I hate it. If he doubles down on being a heel, it's a little bit like a little lame and like disingenuous, and like I'm not feeling it. Like, I think the best thing for MJF would have been to just keep doing what he's doing, dude. Like, I mean,
he would have held the title already, right?
I don't even think he needs the title. The title elevates somebody else. He doesn't need to be elevated. He doesn't need the ring. He doesn't need the title. He is the title. He's the best guy in the company by far. So he doesn't need it. So that's why it's a conundrum, because it's like, if he wins it, you take 2 interesting segments and you make them one.
Right.
Because it's like, even though I don't like the champion, it's still the championship. Just by default, you kind of got to honor that and be interested. If you're going to watch the show or care about wrestling, you got to care about the championship, right? Not necessarily the wrestler caring about it. So even if it's 2 wrestlers fighting over it who I don't really care about, I still care about the title picture because it's the title.
Yeah.
And I always care about what MJF is doing because he's MJF. So to combine them, I think would be a huge mistake. I think they're fucking prematurely milking, dude.
Yeah.
I think they're not milking steadily. They're chafing. Tony Khan does not milk slowly and gently, dude.
Shake weight.
And let me ask you, just to back me up, has Tony Khan over the last 3 years displayed to you any ability to slowly and gently caress and milk something?
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah.
In what regard?
The network.
Like the movie The Network? We're not going to take it anymore.
No, like the actual network, where it's just like, all right, we're giving you 2 of our channels. Do what you can with it. Do what you please. But make sure the numbers draw.
No,
what is he doing? He sucks. He's milking it. He's milking it. He's slowly milking it.
Why? Because he's always got an excuse. Well, if you look at the 18 to 41 through 8:30 and 9:30,
nobody's looking at that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about that.
Oh my God. What do you feel about Ricky Starks? So far, they have an eliminator tournament. So there's going to be 8 or 16 wrestlers in this eliminator tournament. It's going to take over AEW television leading up to Full Gear, and the main event of the tournament, the finals of the tournament, it's going to be at Full Gear to see who the new number 1 contender is. So once again, maybe I'm just programmed. I like my pay-per-view to end on Sunday, and on Monday I like the new challenger to fucking appear. Yeah. I don't need the new challenger to appear at the pay-per-view before the title match is even decided.
Mm-hmm.
That's very strange to me. But so far, the only 3 people in the tournament are Ricky Starks, Ethan Page, and fucking Dante Martin.
Dante's out. Ethan's out.
Oh, see, I think it might even be Ethan Page. But the question is, are they dumb enough to make one of the first 2 people announced in the tournament already the winner? Like, that'd be really lame and obvious.
I think they do that, though. That's.
You think that Tony Khan's like, I want Ethan Page to be the number 1 contender. Let's make a tournament. Okay, tomorrow we're going to announce the names. It's going to be Ethan Page and Dante Martin.
Yeah, I think so. I love Ethan right now. Ethan's number 1. He's just winning the whole thing. He's starting it and he's finishing it.
He's not bad, but I just hate him.
You don't like Ethan Page?
How do you feel about Ricky Starks, Dollar General, The Rock?
I'll be honest. I'm not a fan.
He's I think the iron was hot at some point, and it's just like, well.
After that neck injury, I think everything just went downhill for him. There's no like longevity in somebody whose neck cannot live up to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, do you really want to see somebody go through that again?
Dropped directly on the head.
Yeah. Who was it who dropped him on his head?
What?
Who was it who dropped him?
Adam Page. I think it was like I don't think it was Adam Page on purpose. It was like, I think, a German that was supposed to be like a backflip onto the feet.
Yes.
And, dude, it was just got caught directly in between. Gruesome.
Yeah, he didn't make it.
Ooh, I can't watch that shit, dude. Oh, my God. Yo, like, Ricky Starks, I love him, dude. But, listen.
Do his pose. That's going to be the thumbnail. Like that. There you go. There you go.
Is it like this? I don't know what it is.
It's like Michael Jackson.
What did you do with the other arm?
It's just stiff. It's just like...
Yo, but I'm just saying that, like, Logan Paul is much better than Ricky Starks at wrestling. And Logan Paul is just a guy who's rich, who spent all his money to be trained to be a really good athlete.
Right.
And if Logan Paul, coming off of wrestling, took all his money and all his wealth and influence and tried everything he could to be a player in the NFL or even just a backup in the NFL, Lamar Jackson would be like, get out of town, dude. So Ricky Starks, by comparison, probably couldn't even be an equipment manager on a professional football team.
Yeah, that sucks.
And by comparison, Hangman Adam Page should probably be working at a Costco. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's real. Lamar Jackson, he just walks in the building. Everyone's like, oh, fuck. That's Lamar Jackson.
It's Lamar Jackson.
That's Lamar Jackson.
That's an athlete right there.
This guy's high as hell. He's wearing sweatpants. If it was a wrestler who got invited to the front row of a sports game, they'd be wearing like a glittery jacket.
Yes.
Because it's like the same thing like a guy who buys a really big truck, you know what I mean? Really nice car. It's the same thing. Wrestlers are
American genius.
Yeah, the wrestlers are the tiniest dicks of all the sports world. And I wish that it was different, and I wish that we could claim, together that we're major players. But like when Lamar Jackson hangs out with Jeff Jarrett, might as well be petting a goddamn elephant at the zoo. You know what I'm saying? They don't look at wrestling like it's real.
You don't think so?
People. No. Shaq's like, yeah, I want to go through a table. It'd be fun.
When I think of football and wrestling, the first person to come to mind?
Lawrence Taylor.
Thank you, Pat.
Was that it?
Yeah, 95 Rumble.
Yo, Bam Bam Bigelow.
You're laughing at me. It ain't funny. It ain't funny. And he just pushes him. And the guy with the ear
was just a push.
That guy's crazy, man. That guy's crazy. Yo, me as a kid, 5 years old watching that. I remember that to this day.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, it's about to go down.
To quote the legendary one.
And then Vince McMahon, they pan in on him. We're sorry for that incident. We're sorry for Bam Bam Bigelow. Lawrence Taylor, we're sorry for that incident. Ding, ding, ding.
I think that's it. Oh, and I just have one last note. It said, War Joe sucks.
War Joe. Shout out Prince Nana, though.
Yo, Prince Nana, main event on Wednesday and Friday, dude.
Dude, killing it right now, bro. Can't wait to see him, man.
Absolutely. Do they have the microphone at full volume while he's talking? I'm not sure that they do, but you know what? He's there.
He's there.
He's there. And he's a friend of the show, friend of the Bullies.
Love the guy.
Outlaw
He's
wrestling
great.
staple, and he was in the main event of not only Wednesday but Friday.
Holding it down.
Killing it. Is that Great Sasuke in a match behind you?
Yeah, dude. This is
Why is Great Sasuke in WCW vs NWO World Tour, dude?
You don't know this game?
Of course.
This is WCW
Yo, and
NWO
I
versus
know
the
that,
world.
they filled those games with like generic wrestlers, like but from like made up organizations, but they kind of resemble. Like I know that says Black Ninja, but it's kind of like Great Sasuke, dude.
It is, yeah, it is. I don't know who this shaman guy is. Dude, I used to spend hours playing this with my brother, just whooping his ass.
I remember, I don't know if it was this one or the one Revenge, but there's one character named Powder Keg.
That's in this one.
Yeah. And then when I was in like 7th grade, I made a band called Powder Keg of Doom after that wrestler.
No, look at that. Good stuff. Pat, what time are we on tomorrow, baby?
Tomorrow we're on at 10. And before we leave, because, you did send me a text that said gotta pee. Before we leave, because, last week I did this and this really upset Brian.
What?
The sports picks.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, this really upset Brian last time. He really didn't like it. It was a bunch of...
No, he was pissed.
Yeah, he was pissed. You don't see him get angry very often.
He doesn't like sports.
He really doesn't like sports or sports gambling. But, Ego Libido, what's up? You just in time for the show to end. And we're doing NFL picks. We finished all our wrestling talk. There's nothing more to discuss. Except Logan Paul's awesome, but he's not as awesome as Lamar Jackson.
Well, we're going to be back tomorrow, so there is more to discuss.
There is more to discuss. Tomorrow we're doing the post. What is it, Sean?
The post Dynamite show right here on YouTube with your favorite bullies, and we're bringing Brian back to life.
Yeah, Brian's going to be resuscitated. He had an emergency death in the family. It was him. But he's going to be back to life, and it's going to be fine. And so we're doing a bonus show so that Brian can get in on the fun. Tomorrow's going to be super cool. And, if you're so inclined, 8 o'clock during Dynamite, we're doing the Toxic Tweet Along on Twitch. And then we're going to move right over. And you know what? Dude, because, now tomorrow, it's like already almost tomorrow.
Yep.
And if I was like, because, we kind of changed the studio around a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest with you.
What?
I think tomorrow you're going to see probably the same exact setup. Maybe I'll move that light over there, try to get this shadow gone.
That's fine.
A little bit. Maybe we'll move everything up a little bit. But
Listen,
besides
dude,
that, you're getting the same setup.
It
8 o'clock,
fine to me.
8 to 10 Twitch, Toxic Tweet Along, bring your toxicity in your city. And then 10 o'clock right back here, me, you, and Brian, Sean.
Yep.
And speaking of Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they are at home. Wait, let me make sure I'm on the right week here.
Are we starting with Thursday Night Football this week?
No, you know what, Sean? You're right. I don't want to mess it up. Let's start with Thursday Night Football.
Let's start it the right way, baby.
Thursday Night Football, you have the Atlanta Falcons visiting the Carolina Panthers. The line is 3. You know what? This is a toss-up here. Atlanta -3 on the road. Carolina Panthers +3. I haven't actually seen either of these teams play personally this year. I've only been watching the stats. So I would probably stay away from this game. Carolina Panthers could put up points, though. So I might take Panthers at home +3. I think that's the way to go. Next game, Seattle Seahawks visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know that Tom Brady had a last-minute drive, 36 seconds to go, no timeouts, drove down the field, scored points, won the game, but that was against the Rams, and the Rams fucking suck, and so does Tom Brady. So give me the Seahawks +2.5, which is a fucking gift from beyond. Seahawks +2.5 versus the Buccaneers. Seahawks are going to wipe the floor with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That might be your Blvd Bullies lock of the week, Sean.
Pick of the week?
I'm not sure yet. Detroit Lions visiting the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
Chicago Bears playing great. Justin Fields coming into his own. 42 points in fantasy yesterday. The 17th highest for a quarterback since fantasy started. Justin Fields is hot right now. I know that the Lions just beat the Packers, but the Packers fucking stink. And the Lions fucking stink. And the Lions are on the road. Lions are an indoor team playing in the windy city of Chicago. Give me the Bears money line. Don't minus the 2.5 because this might be a 1-point game. Just take the Bears money line, okay? Houston Texans visiting the New York Giants. New York Giants, 6-2, crushing it. Texans.
New York football's on fire right now.
New York football absolutely on fire. Now the spread's 6.5. Are the Giants going to win by 6.5 against the Texans? Ooh, that's tough. That is tough.
I think that's going to be a very close game, and I think it's going to go down to the wire in the last very second.
So, you know what then, Sean? I hate to do it. I love my New York Giants, but give me the Texans plus 6.5. And you know
agree.
what? I might buy that spread up to like 8.5 if you're doing a parlay, just to be on the safe side. Unless the Giants just win by like 2 touchdowns, which if they do, we lose the money, but we love the Giants, so it's a win-lose, win-win. Now, this is probably the game of the week, Sean. 1 o'clock. Minnesota Vikings 6-1 versus the Buffalo Bills 5-2 maybe.
Yes, sounds about right.
Or maybe it's
no.
Maybe it's 7-1 and 5-3.
They have the same record as the Giants. They have the same record as the Giants.
So what's that? 6-3?
Yeah, no, 6-2.
6-2. Well, it's week 10. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Vikings versus Bills. Vikings plus 5.5. Bills just lost to the Jets. Bills at home, 5.5 point favorites. Give me the Vikings. I think the Vikings, I don't know if they're better than the Bills, but they're playing better than the Bills right now. Yo, you see Kirk Cousins? Kirk Cousins, here's what happens, Sean. When they win on the road, Kirk Cousins is like the dorkiest white guy that's ever existed, right?
Okay.
Not as dorky as Peyton and Eli Manning, but he's pretty dorky. And what happens is when they win a road game, they make him take his shirt off, and all the players put their chains on him and their watches and their glasses, and they make Kirk Cousins walk around going, you know what it is. Yeah, and it's very hilarious. Kirk Cousins is on fire right now. Give me the Vikings plus 5.5. Denver Broncos at the Titans. Titans -3. Titans all day. They're a wagon. Chiefs Chiefs 9.5 point favorites versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars, well-coached team, but give me the Chiefs minus 9.5. Cleveland Browns versus Miami Dolphins. Miami -3.5. Miami all day.
All day.
Saints visiting the Steelers. Saints -2.5. You know what? Give me the Steelers to shock the world plus 2.5. Indiana Colts plus 6.5 minus the Raiders. You know what? Listen to this. Indianapolis Colts just fired their coach. Guess who they hired?
Who?
Jeff Saturday, who has never coached before in the NFL. Jeff Saturday was working at ESPN. Doing a fucking show. Now he's the coach of the Indianapolis Colts. That's the craziest thing that's ever happened. But give me the Colts to rally plus 6.5, visiting the Raiders. Dallas Cowboys -5 against Packers. Packers fucking stink. Dallas. Arizona Cardinals visiting the Rams.
Yep.
Cardinals +3. Dude, the Rams fucking stink. I don't know how they're favorites.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to put money on this right now. Arizona +3. Lock it in. That's the pick of the week right there. And then Sunday Night Football, the Chargers at the 49ers. Chargers 7-point dogs. I think I'm taking the Chargers and the points.
Yep.
49ers are really good, but 7 is a big number. And then Monday Night Football. Oh, wow, this is crazy. Eagles 11-point favorites.
8-0, baby.
Eagles are awesome, and the Eagles are definitely going to win. So if you're going to throw it in a parlay, take the Eagles money line. But, yo, the Commanders don't give a fuck.
Nah,
the
don't.
Commanders suck, and they got their backup quarterback in, and that backup quarterback, Taylor Heineke, he can fucking sling it, dude. So I might take the fucking Commanders with the points.
Commanders are 4-5 right now. One of the most horrible records in the NFC East.
Yeah, I mean, but they got a little spunk, I think, and I think 11 might be a little bit too big of a number. I mean, I don't know. The NFL is crazy, dude. Different crazy things happen every week.
Listen, the standings have like drastically like switched the past 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And right now, New York football's on fire. The Eagles are on fire, and I think the division to keep your eye on is the NFC East. So keep your eyes on them,
everyone's
baby.
talking about the Eagles. I think Dallas could be a formidable opponent.
Are you ready to ride them?
Yo, let's ride. You know, I'm not good at many things, especially not hosting the show, but I am good I'm not good at sports gambling either. I didn't even win one bet last week. I was like 0 for 25 last week. So, we're hurting right now. But one thing I'm good at, Sean, is managing my fantasy football squad because we are a dog. We are wagons right now. So hop on.
That's right, baby.
So final thoughts, final life lessons from you, Sean?
Listen, you know what it is, baby. We're back here tomorrow. Different time. Another place a few hours earlier. But, most importantly, Brian's coming back to life, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, Brian will be resurrected. He is risen. Have you heard the good news?
What good news?
He is risen.
He's hallelujah.
We're going to keep working on this studio, and also I think by Friday,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to have our Black Friday stuff by Friday.
Yo, and if you haven't gone on a big cartel, go check out the new stuff we got up.
Yeah, I'm trickling in the new stuff, but I think on Friday I'm going to be eyeing like a big not a relaunch, but like a big drop. Like, because we got 3 new pieces up there right now. 3 new items.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice shirt too, dude.
Oh, yeah. This is a great shirt. Great shirt.
Show me the N64 sleeves, though.
Here we go.
Yo, that's the best part, dude.
No cracks, bro.
Have you ever seen a shirt with N64 controllers on the sleeve?
No,
that's
not
the
at all.
only reason we made that shirt. So I can put N64 controllers on the sleeve.
One of my favorite shirts, bro. I swear to God, one of my favorite shirts.
God bless. Yeah, we have a champion sweatshirt now.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to get it.
Yeah, you could get a Bullies shirt with a C on it.
I think that we need to wear that on the 29th. And I think it needs to be properly worn with our names in the back.
Well, maybe that would be a nice birthday gift.
I think we all need to wear it. Take some cool pictures.
Now, do you want to actually do custom names and numbers, or should we just make a 23, a 91, and a 33?
That's what I'm down for.
Because that's the Rodman, Jordan, Pippen.
Yes. That's what I want. And I want our names in the back. I want some Finity in the back. I want some ringside in the back.
You want some.
And the begins when he comes back to life.
Bad take. Well, mine will say. So mine will be Finity. Yours will be ringside, and Sean's will be bad take. I mean, Brian's will be bad take.
Yeah, I love it. Let's fucking do it, man.
The
29th is gonna be a great day.
Yeah, next in studio show, November 29th. Your birthday.
My birthday.
So it's not, last time we had the costume party, this time birthday party.
Celebration every time we link.
God bless. We're gonna get some entertainment in there for you too.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Yeah. It's gonna be a great Tuesday.
All right, so I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Twitch.
You'll see me at 8 p.m. on Twitch, and then we'll get online on YouTube. I'll be in the chat.
And then I'll see you guys at 10. Same bat time, Brian. Same Bully channel. And yeah, by Friday, I think we're gonna be doing. I think we're gonna do, Sean. I think I'm gonna do like when you spend 50, something happens. When you spend 100, something happens. And I think we're gonna leave those things like forever. That's just gonna be like from now on. If you spend 50 something, if you spend 100 something. Yeah, listen, we want everybody to know that we care about them. Yeah. And what better way than to give them a nice sale every time and then I think on top of that, we're gonna do like a Black Friday thing. We're just gonna like. You know how Black Friday, like these fucking places, they start on Thursday. We're starting 3 Fridays ahead. Yeah. That's Walmart already started. Why can't we? Why the fuck can't we? Walmart, where every wrestler who's not named Logan Paul should be working. All right. It is what it is. All right, y'all. Yo, thanks so much for watching. Please, hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment saying something just to make everybody else who isn't in the family feel like they need to be in the family. You know what I'm saying? And then when they get here, we'll make fun of them. It'll be awesome. All right? So until next time, Ringside Sean, say bye-bye. Bye-bye! Hold on, I have to now mute you and bring the song up. Blvd Bullies. Oh, my God. See, it came up too fast. All right, y'all. Bye-bye.